Hello, everyone. Welcome to Have Dice Will Save, the Pathfinder 2nd Edition adventure, where me and my 5 friends, 80s reference.
Wow.
See, it's not so easy when it's you that has to do it.
Yes, but I can just be meta about it.
Freaking 90s kids.
All right, so we are back again doing Fall of Plaguestone here, and I think we are just about to get ready. Unfortunately, we do not have Umi with us today. Bree was feeling a bit down. It's just been a down kind of week over here, so we are only 4, but it should be...
No, my bodyguard.
You've been working her too hard. What's wrong with you?
She'll just be unusually quiet this session, I suppose.
Nope.
She'll be arrested.
She'll be busying herself with other things around the town. But in the meantime, why don't we all take a deep breath? And here we go. All right, and here we go. So, when we last left off, the caravan leader, Bort Bergith, has died. Collapsed onto his table, seemingly poisoned.
Seemingly.
Alas, poor Bort.
Poor
We knew him for 5 minutes.
Bort.
Well, I mean, it was probably closer to 3 hours, but...
As the townsfolk gather around, the sheriff Rolf goes and kind of starts ushering people out of the place and kind of just trying to direct people around, get everyone to kind of clear the place out, and walks back over to the table once there's, he's gotten rid of the onlookers. Looks at all of you and goes, all right, now I got some questions for y'all. Y'all gonna accompany me outside, and I'm gonna have something to say. And y'all gonna stand there until I got to each and every one of you. Is that understood?
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
Now come on, all of you, whole caravan. Gets everyone together, and lines you all up outside, and starting with various members of the caravan, is asking one at a time, kind of getting their stories. So, in the meantime, you're all kind of off to the side. Is there anything that you guys want to do, or?
I want to listen in on all the stories.
Okay, roll me a perception check.
Okay. Yeah. So 19 plus...
You rolled 19?
Yes.
All right, that'll be enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can overhear what they're saying. It all seems very standard. I mean, he just asks them kind of the same questions every time. Each one goes in turn saying, what did you see here? Now tell me in your words what happened. And all of them basically have some version of there was a bar fight, we couldn't really see much, and then Bort started choking.
Okay.
I'm going to spend my time standing there trying to look as little like a tiefling as possible.
You look exactly like a tiefling.
What a shame. My disguise score, not good. Not good, guys.
Calric is going to stand there and try and look
not-
important.
Cherry?
I'm not a tiefling, I'm a goatkin.
Yes.
Yes.
A weregoat.
Of course.
It explains the red skin.
It's dark maroon. Thank you very much.
So after a time, he comes to you and kind of looks you all over and goes, all right, now I hear all y'all joined on fairly recently. So I think I'm going to ask y'all together, save some time. What all happened in there?
Well, as I'm sure others have told you, there was something of let's say an altercation between a few of the local people. And most of us allowed it to play out. And then at the end, Bort told one of his lovely stories, and then died.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, as we established inside, he was poisoned, most likely in the stew. Although I haven't gotten a chance to look at that yet.
But really, it was quite chaotic.
Does
All I remember is
Everyone
that. Oh, sorry.
Was milling around, punching people, or huddling by the side trying to avoid the fight. It was hard to see exactly what would have happened.
All I remember is Bort ordering the biggest bowl of that stuff because he said it was his favorite stuff.
And he
And
did like his turnip porridge.
in all
So
the
I mean-
chaos,
Yeah. It's very easily that someone could have slipped something to him knowing full well that that was his favorite meal.
and with the chaos of the fight,
Yes.
anyone could have slipped by his table and slipped something in and not been seen.
Well, the fact that y'all joined up just recently, and ain't none of you barely know him. And it's not like any of y'all was set to, inherit something from or whatever. Seems like you're pretty low on my list of suspects.
That's encouraging.
Calric,
And
wants to say something because he
you-
disagrees
some
with
kinda-
the investigation technique, but he does not.
I kind of do too, because, we're very new, you know literally nothing about us, and
I mean, that's what
all
they
of a
asked.
sudden Bort winds up dead.
Yeah, you're some kind of big hotshot investigator, right?
Yes, Calric pipes up. Yes, I love looking into these kinds of things. It's what I do for a living back when I used to work in Shellyax. Poisons are actually a specialty of mine.
All right. Well, in the meantime, I ain't never really dealt with nothing quite like this before. I'm gonna need to call in for the judge, I think.
Well, a judge usually presides afterwards, correct? Once you have evidence?
Well, I'm gonna turn over the investigation to him. We got a circuit judge visits town occasionally, just to be able to handle any sort of bigger legal matters we might have.
When will he be coming into town?
Well, he's not due back for about another month or so. Y'all gonna have to stick around till then.
That's a long time for a case to just kind of go. without any sort of movement.
Well, look, until I
resolution.
know more about who did this, I ain't gonna be able to let anybody leave.
Well, how about if we find and can prove without beyond, reasonable doubt that we can isolate who maybe did this, maybe then we can continue on our way?
Well, if y'all think you can assist in the investigation, then perhaps we'll be able to get this done a little quicker, sure.
Well, gang,
Well-
it looks like we have another mystery on our hands.
God damn it.
Come on, I had to say it.
Motherfucking
No,
friend.
you did not.
Ruh-roh.
Who gets the Scooby snacks?
Umi does.
Definitely Umi.
Oh, who's playing the cartoon character? Oh, it's Paul. Big surprise. My characters have two settings: zero chill and cartoon character.
But back in character.
Yes.
Well, if y'all want to take your own look into this, then you are free to do so. Just let me know what you find out. Till then, till we get this thing sorted, though, ain't nobody leaving town. At least
Fair
not
enough.
till Judge Cranberry comes in.
Yes. Of course.
So, quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, this caravan came through town multiples of times and was, somewhat reliable for coming through here, correct?
Yes, this came in about every year.
So it's possible
A few
that
times a year sometimes.
he could have had enemies both in the town and in the caravan.
Bort was always a nice sort. He never really made much trouble, so I don't know who would want him as an enemy.
I mean, was there a position he was competing for or something?
Nah, he was just ran the caravan, came in and sold things to people.
What'd he sell to people?
Whatever they needed. And he had standard stock of any sort of trader, and you could request something from him, he'd probably be able to find it. It was pretty resourceful.
Are there any other caravans that come through here?
Oh, sure, we get people coming through periodically.
Any other of them selling things?
Well, what
Well,
else you gonna do
I
in
mean,
a
it's a
caravan?
caravan.
Eh,
But
to ask.
I'm just wondering if there is anybody who would have. It seems like a pretty low reason to try and murder somebody. Not very firm motivation.
Yeah, part of the problem, ain't it?
Did Bort have any close relatives that live near here or around here?
I don't know anything about that. He ain't never spoke about any sort of relation.
Okay.
In the meantime, I'm gonna go in and see to Delma. Rest of you, I think, probably want to get some sleep. You want me doing this investigating thing? Might have a bit of a long day tomorrow. Till then, though, stay put. And he turns and walks back inside.
So after he kind of walks away, Kalra kind of waits for him to get out of earshot and goes, "All right, so first of all, I disagree with the fact that just because we are new here does not mean that we don't have a reason to murder him. We could have been assassins. I don't think we are. I'm just saying it's a possibility. So him
But-
ruling us out.
Here's the thing, you
It
don't
is a
think you
point.
are. Just saying.
I don't think you guys are either, but I could be wrong.
Yes. Well,
I feel
there's
like we can't totally rule
absolutely-
out.
There's absolutely no circumstance under which I'm staying in this God's forsaken town for a month.
Well, we'll just figure out what's gone on, and that'll let us get out of here sooner. Unless you want to risk it in the woods.
We'll see what the next few days looks like.
Fair enough.
So, where are we going to stay?
Probably in the
presumably
inn.
in the same inn we were going to stay in already, just somewhat longer.
Okay.
Hmm.
Do you think anyone would have any ill will towards us because Bort just so happened to show up with strangers and then he just so happened to die?
We've been on the caravan for a couple days now. We could have, if we were trying to poison him, we could have done it pretty much at any point along the road.
Also, I would imagine caravans pick up travelers all the time.
In any case, it's likely useless to speculate as to how people will feel until we see.
Alright.
As you're talking, Tamley, the half-orc overseer of the caravan, Bort's right hand, walks up to you.
Hi,
And she-
Tamley.
Yes, hello. Well, we're gonna be having a bit of a remembrance of him, I think, tonight. You are welcome to join us near where the wagons are. It
Oh,
would,
well, thank you. I appreciate that.
yes, well, we'll be heading over there soon. I believe they're going to be taking Bort's body to the cellars to keep it cool.
Okay. I'm just gonna real quick look at some stuff in there, and then I'll be over for the remembrance.
Okay, very well. We'll wait for you there. And she heads off, looking just kind of a little lost.
Before they take it away, I mean, we were pretty sure that, well, we knew the porridge was poisoned, and we isolated what it was.
Is it still there right now? Like, is his bowl still there, untouched?
I mean, probably, if you can get there in time before they clean it up. But, I
think
mean, we
should
know
do
what
that.
it was, and we know where
Yeah.
that it was poisoned. But yeah, if we could grab a sample, that's probably not a bad idea.
Yeah.
So Calric will go in and into the inn where they're trying to move things around and see if.
Okay.
I'll follow.
You see that they have, at the moment, looks like cleared the table of Bort's body and taken the stuff and moved it.
They beat us to it.
Delma is standing by the kitchen door, turning a lock.
Excuse me, Delma.
Ah, yes, hello.
Do you know what happened to Bort's bowl? We wanted to know if we could take a sample from it.
Oh, we're just gonna keep it in the kitchen for now. It hasn't been touched, just, moved off the table.
Is there a way we can get a sample and just leave the rest of the stuff in there?
I think that's gonna wait till morning. After everything, I just want to close up and go to bed.
I understand that, but this is a very important investigation, and the sheriff of town has given me permission to look into this thing, and these are the kinds of things that tend to go missing and
To be tampered
tiny
with.
tidbits of information tend to slip by. It's important to deal with these as early as possible.
Yes, I understand, but you sure can't wait till morning?
No, it absolutely can't. This is critically important, and that could be a very important thing that helps us find his killer. And I will roll a diplomacy check to try and persuade her.
Okay.
Thank
As
you,
this is
I do
part of
not
the
have
case.
diplomacy.
Wait, sorry, what?
Thank you, because I do not have diplomacy.
You can roll assist another.
If only we had some people good at the things that weren't combat in this game.
Yeah. If only I had all of the skills there ever were. This is part of an investigation, or my target case, because I targeted, Calric targeted the case yesterday as the murder.
Mm-hmm.
So I get take the case bonus for this. So that is 19 total.
That
Hey, Morgan, you should help me try and convince her.
she will look and go.
8.
Oh, no.
She looks and goes, "Look, I have your rooms made up. Please just leave this for now. It's been a very tiring night, and I just need some time.
That may
The bowl
be
isn't
so.
going anywhere. It'll be there in the morning."
That's the point. It's not gonna be there. Nobody leaves the murder weapon
That
where
may
it
be
is.
so, but time can affect the composition of chemical materials, and haste would be wise. I'm gonna roll.
I would say that for you would be a deception check. Because you don't know anything about chemical materials. You're making something up. The fact that it's true doesn't change the fact that you have no clue how sensitive time is to this. Not your wheelhouse. So roll a deception check.
11.
Yeah, she'll be like, "Look, it's porridge. I'm sure it's fine."
It's poisoned porridge.
Look,
It's literally the murder weapon.
at
Okay.
least- at
Can I
least-
roll a nature?
For what?
Or like something to tell her about the composition of this particular poison that I identified?
Look, I'm going to bed. We're leaving this till morning. The sheriff has gone to bed. Your rooms are made up. I'll
Very
see
well.
you tomorrow. I apologize if I seem curt, but I've had quite enough of this tonight.
We understand.
Good evening.
Thank you.
And she will walk out.
Okay, so we have prime suspect number 1.
Also, I know how to pick locks.
Oh, do you? Good, excellent. I was
Yeah.
thinking I was gonna do it, but you're probably better at it than me.
Who else is in the tavern right now?
At the moment, no one.
Excellent.
Sweet.
At least not that you
Cool.
know of. You can't see anybody.
Sure.
Fuck.
I'm going to have Verum go like perch by the window. You know, if there's a window next to the front door or something,
Mm.
Keep a
go
lookout.
perch there and caw if someone is going to come inside.
Okay.
Watch bird.
Watch bird.
Bird of the watch.
Alright, so I'm gonna roll my thievery to try to pick this lock real quick.
I will assist another.
Ah! I rolled off the thing. Damn it.
20 to assist another.
And that's a nat 20 to
Jeez.
All right, you lean over this lock, and it's a basic lock. This thing is, just run-of-the-mill standard door lock, and you have seen it and cracked it a million times. You pop that thing right open, and the door opens with a loud creak.
Okay. Cowrick, do you have any things that you can use to get a sample?
Oh yeah, I have plenty of vials, and I actually do have I have those on my equipment list.
Just a couple.
Yeah, 2 samples should be good.
Yeah.
Well, maybe 3 just in case we screw one up.
Yeah.
Out of curiosity, how much of this poison would it take to, say, kill someone?
I'm gonna roll a medicine for that.
Or toxicology.
Not gonna roll a medicine for that.
Do you get over 10?
I got a 3.
Oh, okay, never mind.
You've made this poison before. You, however, have no idea how it works.
For clarification, she has not made this poison before. She's read about it.
Right.
She's read about the
It is
poison, and
beyond
also
her
it's different.
skill.
It's different, like knowing exact dosages
Sure.
and stuff. Knowledge 17 to know approximately what a dose of something like this would be.
You estimate that it wouldn't take a tremendous amount, but
Couple spoonfuls.
yeah, if you had a vial and you put like a small, like standard kind of poison vial, you just dump people would dump the whole thing, and that's going to be enough.
Like
Um,
5 fluid ounces.
It's not one of the ones that you get one drop and you're dead. But it's not like you need to be putting truckloads of it on something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, so coming into the kitchen, I have low light vision.
Okay.
Looking around to see if maybe the soup is still out.
Yeah. It's sitting there on the counter.
Is it just the singular bowl?
Yeah, there's the one bowl sitting next to presumably the pot of what the porridge was in.
Well, we should probably get samples from both of those things.
Yes, we should.
I
Very much
doubt
should.
that everything was poisoned, but
Never hurts. Plus, wasn't his the last bowl to be made?
I didn't notice, honestly.
Okay.
I believe that was the case, yes.
Okay.
Okay, so I will use my bandolier of vials to get a couple samples from each.
All right. Roll me a perception check.
I'll roll a perception.
Where's my d20? Oh, there it is.
No, just Paul, because he's the one getting the samples.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's the one time I got a good roll, too.
You used it. That's your roll for the night. It's done.
Damn it!
But yeah, Calric, make me a perception check.
Yeah, I'm trying to find my perception score. Oh, that's
Should be
decent.
+6.
You can
Uh,
use
Or
mine.
+8.
+8.
Yeah. Being an expert's pretty good.
15?
Yeah, it's porridge.
Okay.
Plus, it would make sense if it was only just this one bowl. You know, that way you didn't wind up mass murdering your entire consumer base. It's just a thought.
If I get to use investigation instead of perception, it's an 18.
Did you add the bonus from your
Yes.
Okay. And
Take the
are
case
you-
applies
are
to
you
all
a
skill checks.
What kind of gnome are you?
I am the one that gives you a... Oh, crap. Did I do that? I might have skipped that. I think I was originally going to do the one that...
Are you the sensate gnome?
No.
I think Umi's the sensei now.
Okay.
Yeah. I was going to do the one that gives you a cantrip. And then I forgot about it. Alright, so give me a second while I pull up the rule book. Or keep going and I'll tell you in a little bit.
But it's porridge. You have 2 vials of porridge now.
Okay.
Hooray.
I was going to take at least 2 of each.
Okay, you have 2 vials of each.
One of the full thing and one of just the Bort's bowl.
Yeah. You
Okay,
have
I think
a
that's...
vial of each of them.
Well, I guess while we're in here, might as well take a look around. I'm gonna search around in some of the cabinets and see if anything... there might be any other vials of suspicious liquid around.
I was actually about to say the same thing, so can I aid another him to
Sure.
look for things that don't look like normal cooking material?
Yeah.
Ooh. Unaided, that is a 29.
18 to aid.
All right.
So a lot.
As you're looking around, examining the rest of the kitchen, it looks very standard. It's got, kettles and skillets and a mortar and pestle and roasting spits and, a butter churn and all the various kinds of things you'll generally find in a kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
It has, a number of different herbs and spices and stuff around that all seem very standard kitchen fare.
Nothing out of the ordinary. Well,
Not even in the trash can? Also, can I roll a perception just to ensure that, like, no one was upstairs, no one's coming, anything like that?
Sure.
You're standing lookout.
I just want to be sure. That is a 15.
As far as you can tell, you're here alone.
Okay.
All right. Unless anybody else has anything they want to look at, I've got everything I need
Okay.
here anyway. I'd also like to look at the body, but I don't know if we'll be able to do that.
Yes, where is this cellar they spoke of? Is there a door somewhere here? God damn it.
Don't know,
looking
but I
at-
want to close this door and lock it before someone finds us here.
Looking around, you don't see anything leading out of the kitchen.
Maybe it's around the back. Sometimes they have the back entrances into cellars. But yeah, I agree with
Sprenya.
Brenya. Tab over to Twitch. We should probably get this door locked back up.
All right.
Well then.
Okay. Do I need to roll to lock the door back up?
Yep.
No, you're just closing the lock.
If you're
Oh, sorry.
inside.
That's not my call.
If you're inside.
I mean, yeah, we don't have a key to close the.
Yeah.
So
Manipulate it
roll me
back
a
into being
thievery
locked.
check.
That's a 17.
Yeah, that's enough. It's easy enough to get in there and just click it back closed.
Okay. All right. We need to. What time is it?
It's getting fairly late. The sun is down. It's solidly night.
What I suggest we do is put some things in our rooms upstairs and then go see the vigil. That way we don't look as suspicious.
What do you mean something?
Like, you know, like if I have a pack that doesn't have the vials in it, I leave it in a room so that if anyone asks where I was, I say, oh, I left my stuff in my room. There's stuff in my room.
I mean, people probably have seen you with your pack up until this point. I mean, it's not really going to make a difference. But if you want to dump your stuff, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm not going to argue.
I'm fairly paranoid. So I'm gonna go just leave a couple things in my room.
All right, you head upstairs and you head to the room that she had pointed out was your guys's. It's a fairly large-ish room with 6 beds in it. Looks like it was gonna be the 5 of you with a bed to spare.
Mm-hmm. My Raven would get his own bed.
Yeah. And it's open, that you can leave your thing there.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave a couple things in there. I'll take, I'll keep my bandolier of bombs on me and like my lockpicking stuff just in case.
To avoid suspicion, always carry around your explosives on your person.
Yep.
And evils.
Listen,
keeping
as long as people
absolutely
can
everything with
see
me.
them, as long as people can see them on me, they know that they are not somewhere else hidden. There you go.
It doesn't make it better.
I think it does. I'd rather know where the bomb is than not know.
Anyway, I'm keeping everything on me in case I have to run like mad from this tiny town.
Yes.
I'll drop my clothes and stuff off, but I'm keeping my investigator's kit and everything.
It looks like most of your stuff has been moved in here. Anything that had been packed on the carts and put away.
Okay.
Which means that, like, your packs of, like, spare clothes and, any, cooking equipment or something you had with you, or alchemy kits and all those various things that were on the cart that you weren't just carrying around with you in the tavern. Those have already been moved up here. So.
Well, I'm imagining that in the wake that they have for him, they'll probably do a lot of remembrances and stuff. And I think I would like to be seeing what some of the people have to say.
Yep. I agree.
So Calric will move on towards the vigil that they're going to have.
Sure.
Alright.
Let's go remember people we didn't really know much.
Let me know him for 3 hours.
I will also move towards the vigil.
So you head out to the vigil. There's a large. All the caravanners have gathered around all their wagons, and everyone there is. It's a very somber mood. Everyone there is, just looks kind of a little bewildered, a little lost, and you hear them as you walk up. They're sharing tearful stories of remembrance and telling, old, tales of Bort's and times that he would, the adventures he got up to. There's a lot of kind of like sad, tearful chuckling at his antics and his stories, and a lot of somber remembrance. So, as they see you approach, Tamley gets up and just kind of quietly hands you some glasses that she had poured out for you.
Thank you.
I am going to wait for the others to drink first.
It seems to be that they have opened several bottles of a rare elven wine that they had gotten out from one of their packs.
Okay. Want me to taste test it? Ow. This one's pretty
If you look
loud.
over, Ernevin's already started into his glass. So.
Good enough. I will drink as soon as the gnome doesn't die immediately.
It's very good. It's very tasty elven wine. Roll me a fortitude. No, I'm kidding.
Hey, my fortitude's not bad.
I will drink as well. And fuck you, Charlie.
Yeah, it's a very good, very high quality wine. And yeah, as people are toasting to him and sharing stories of him, and there's a lot of tears and a lot of just kind of a lot of sentences that end trailing off, as no one really seems to have ever even thought this was an eventuality.
Okay.
And he was their leader, And they don't really seem to know what to do without him around to kind of give them direction.
Okay. Could I roll a perception to see if someone looks a little less lost?
Sure.
If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Which?
I rolled a 19.
All right.
Yeah.
From what you can tell, it looks like Tamley seems, if not handling it better, then at the very least able to handle difficulties better than most. She seems to, at the very least, have kind of enough wherewithal to, like, know what's going on, but she isn't looking, good. Ulf and Ulf seem to be kind of more into the laughter and revelry parts of remembrance, of remembering the good times and laughing about his stories and toasting to him and trying their hardest to remember the good times and not let the bad be all that dominates his life.
Tamley was sort of the second in command, correct?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it makes sense that she would try and keep it together, given that she is now
Yeah.
presumably leading this show.
Yeah.
The Glunda is kind of sitting off apart from everyone else. Very difficult to get any sort of read on her. Since she spent most of her time sitting off a little bit apart from everyone else. And Cookie seems to he's not really doing much at all. He's just kind of sitting and staring into his wine.
Okay.
So as the night goes on, stories are shared, more wine is poured. Does anyone else have anything they would like to do?
Nope. I'm good.
All right.
Not really.
Well then,
No.
As the night goes on and the wine is starting to run dry, and looks like the night is getting a small bit brighter, when Tamley, who had been mostly quiet throughout most of this, stands up and raises her glasses and says to everyone, "Bort was more than just a merchant, more than just the boss. He was my friend. We won't leave here till we found out who did this. Rolf's a fool, but I'd be an even greater one if I thought I was the one who could get to the bottom of this. My job's fixing wagons and moving goods." And she turns to you guys and goes, "But you're some kind of investigator, right? I heard you saying it. You identified he was poisoned, right? You all know more about this, right?
Oh, I'm certainly going to look into it.
You might be able to figure out who killed Bort. Get justice for him. For all of us. Will you uncover
We'll do
who
what we
did this?
Yeah.
Find out
Enjoying
who it is."
Of course, ma'am.
She wipes away some tears and just, "Thank you."
Gonna try on my new giant target that's on my back, on for size.
Yes. I'm conspicuously not standing next to him.
It's like, well, I'm gonna be an investigator anyway. People are gonna try and kill me. It's fine. It's fine.
I'll be by
Like
your
it
side
the
and 3
first
feet
time.
away.
I think
The entire party just shuffles with.
I think it's
There's just like the
about
gnome
time
stand on.
we all get back to bed. It's getting, early, I suppose.
Yeah.
Our rooms are paid for the night, so.
Oh, excellent.
And she heads back starts walking back towards the feed barn, or feed mill, sorry. The rest of them everyone seems to be kind of finishing up their stuff and are piecemeal getting up as they finish their wine and moving back towards the feed mill as well.
Okay.
So.
And no one lingers?
I mean, people are staying,
You
to,
know,
it's
yeah.
not like everyone stands up in unison, but no
Right.
one is just hanging around behind, no? After,
Well,
you know,
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if they did. You
Yeah.
know.
after a short time, all of them have gotten up and moved back towards the feed mill.
Okay.
What do you think the likelihood of us being able to get in to see the body is?
Being allowed to or being able to?
Let's go with allowed first.
Well, given that it is in the inn's cellar and we struck out with the getting into the kitchen, I wouldn't think we would have much more luck with permission there.
Okay, so able to.
I think that's pretty likely.
I agree.
Everybody roll me a fortitude save.
Oh, dear.
Sure.
That's a no.
Eight.
A big
13?
16.
Okay.
I got a 5, you guys.
Leandra and Strenja, you're feeling pretty okay. But Al and Calric, you two are
I
tired.
outrolled both of them.
What did you get?
18.
Oh, who got the 13?
I got the 13.
Oh,
Strenja.
I'm sorry. Then Leandra and Al, you're feeling okay. But Strenja and Calric, you're both feeling pretty tired. Calric, you're exhausted. It's been a long day. You've been traveling all day, and then there was a rather, stressful situation all night, and now you've been up, and it's almost morning. You are exhausted.
Okay.
So do with that what you will. But it's probably around 5 in the morning at the moment.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how much good I'll be, but I do want to look at that. I have a feeling it's coming. I feel like somebody's going to want to mess with it. But I need sleep. Hopefully it'll still be there in the morning, I guess. Sprenya, tomorrow we should examine these samples. The sooner the better. In the meantime,
I'm okay with that.
I'm gonna go sleep.
Okay. Everyone just head back to their rooms?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, you get back to your rooms, then all your stuff is still there. And you go to bed. The night passes uneventfully, and you awake a good bit later than you normally do, but it's still technically morning. Sun's high in the sky, and it's, what do you do? It's a new day.
Okay, so Calric's kind of pacing in his room already, planning out things. He's like, all right, so we have to look at the body, we have to investigate different suspects, and then we have to... Oh, we need to look at the samples that we took and see if we can't extract the poison and figure out if it was in both of the things or just the one thing. By the way, the vials that I took of the oatmeal were very clearly, he labeled them as he took them, so he has them labeled so you can keep them separate.
Okay.
What's probably the easiest
2 for the
thing
pot and 2 for the bowl.
Yeah. I feel like some of that, diluting out some of that might take some time, so maybe Sprenya and I can get working on that. Sprenya!
Yes.
Walks over to her room, just pounds on the door.
You're all in the same
We
room.
all one big room.
Oh, it's one room?
Yeah.
We have work to do.
You don't need to shout. I'm right here.
We have work to do. We gotta get these, You have a chemical station, right?
Yes.
Cool. Let's take a look at these samples.
Right here.
I mean, do you have a better place?
No, I said yes. Right
Oh.
here.
Okay. Sorry, I thought you said right here.
No.
Um, So I have crafting and lore toxicology, but I don't think mine are as high as Brenya's in these kinds of things because she's got all the alchemical skills. Assuming her crafting skills out the wazoo.
I have.
So you are
I
setting
do
up
have
your
a lot of
alchemy
crafting.
lab.
Yes.
Setting up the equipment. Okay. It takes you a little bit to set that up. In the meantime, Leandra and Al, what are you heading out to do?
Guess I'll try my hand at getting us access to that cellar.
I will come with him.
Okay.
Let's go find, what was her name again?
Well, if you head downstairs, you'll see, you see Delma, working at the, front of the tavern, like she normally does. As she sees you come down, she goes, "Ah, yes. Hello. How did you sleep?"
Oh, wonderfully.
I'm glad to hear.
And you?
I suppose as well as I can.
Excellent.
Nothing outside, at least, outside my own head kept me up.
Yes.
But I do wish to talk to you quickly about your bill.
Yes.
I am happy to have you stay here. Unfortunately, only one night of yours was paid up for. But I understand that you are helping our sheriff figure everything out, and I'm grateful for you for doing that. I would like to get to the bottom of this. Bort was a good man. So, I think I can probably offer you a much reduced rate over our normal room and board.
Well, that would be very helpful.
Excellent. It's only probably about 2 silver a day.
For all of us?
Yes, for the room.
Oh, excellent. Well,
Lovely.
I think that should be fine. Did you need that now, or when,
Per bed. Two silver.
two silver per bed?
What is? Hold on.
Because that's insane.
What is the standard cost for
A room for
a room for a night?
a room for two, like a private room for two, is 8 silver.
A private room
A
for 2 is
bed space in a communal room was like a silver, I think.
okay.
Maybe it was 8. It was like 8 copper or something like that.
All right. So yeah, I'm sorry. I misread
No.
the thing. Yes, it's 2 silver for the room per day.
Ah.
Delma,
That
bartender,
can reduce it down
didn't
to,
let
I
us
can
see
reduce
the
it down to about 2 silver a day for that room.
Well, yes, that would be very helpful.
Excellent.
I suppose I can put up cost for tonight then, assuming that we are going to remain
Excellent.
here this evening,
And if it
which
wouldn't-
seems likely.
if it wouldn't be too much trouble, if you could help out periodically with various just things with the shops around town and such. Normally we'd buy from Bort, but I may need a small bit of assistance getting everything organized, if that's not too much to ask.
That shouldn't be a problem.
Thank you.
Sure. Any particular shops we should start with?
Well, at the moment, I just don't think I'll have time to take care of my father. And I think he'd like seeing some new faces. So if just at some point today, your group could just help him around town. He's getting on in years, but he still likes to just see the sights.
Mm-hmm. I'm certain we can handle that.
Thank you very much. I think you'll find him interesting. He knows quite a bit about this town. He's the oldest resident here. Lots of stories. And she will, you can find him, he'll be over at his manor up on the hill over here, and she'll point out to where his house is. And if just at any point you could just go and introduce yourselves and take him around the town, I'd be grateful. Thank you.
Certainly. On the note of our investigation,
Yes.
do you think there would be any chance we could see poor Bort's body, assuming he's still in your...
Oh, yes, he's in the
Root
cellar. I'll go unlock it for you.
Excellent.
And she walks over to a door behind the counter, and kind of unlocks it and pulls up this trap door, and there's a staircase leading down into a cellar.
Well,
It looks like
I
there's
guess-
some candles lit down there. You see a small glow coming from it.
Sure. I guess I will, I'll open the door and kind of poke my head down and make sure there's still a body there, but I don't know what the fuck I'm looking for, so I'm gonna wait for the medical types to be done extracting there.
You poke your head down, look around. It's dark, but that's not a problem for you.
Yep.
As far as you can see, they've got, a few kind of large casks of ale. The body's just lying in the middle. A couple little
Cool.
dusty bottles of wine kind of on some shelves.
Just chilling.
Yep, and just standard cellar fare, Casks of ale, a couple bottles of wine that look very old, and a body.
Well,
Well,
at least
good.
there's still a body.
The body doesn't look immediately like it's been, I don't know, set on fire or something stupid.
Do you know anything about... Do you have any medicine at all?
Oh, God, no.
Okay. Yeah, it looks like
I
a
have
body.
medicine.
Okay.
As far as you can tell, it was picked up and then put in the cellar, because it's cooler
Okay.
and thus will rot slower.
I have medicine. I am going to cast. Let me see if I've got that. Yes, I do. I'm going to cast light
Okay.
and make a medicine roll to see if it looks like the body's been tampered with.
Okay. Are you going into the cellar, or are you going into the cellar, or are you just standing up and poking your head in?
Going into the cellar.
Okay, so you actually walk down into it and cast light. Okay.
Yes.
Roll me a medicine check.
Medicine.
22 total.
All right. His body is turning a strange kind of bluish color. It looks like this is probably a side effect from the poison in his veins, but it's become even more evident that he absolutely died from a poison, and it's causing his flesh to change color slightly in an unnatural way.
Huh. Don't think dwarves are supposed to be blue.
Roll me a perception check. Cherry?
Yeah.
Rest in peace. Oh, there's...
It's
Okay.
like I rolled it and I'm all right. 20 total.
Okay.
None.
The eyes of God return.
Literally this time. You notice a kind of a strange floral odor around the body.
Huh. That's odd. Smells like, well, some sort of flower. Perfume? I'm going to sort of stab in the dark. What would I roll to try and see if I could detect where the odor is coming from?
I mean, your smell isn't really precise enough, but it seems to be generally coming, lying around Bort. The smell
Okay.
seems to be around where the body is.
Gotcha.
For academic purposes, I'm gonna detect magic.
There's nothing magical on him.
Okay.
Well, actually, let me think. No, you do get several magical auras on his body.
Okay. Damn.
Oh. That actually does remind me. I did take the cantrips one, and I took Read Aura.
You are not here.
As that's the gnome that I was.
Okay.
Yes. But speaking of which, I'll start casting Read Aura
Okay.
while she's doing her whole like
Yeah.
sniffing in and investigating thing because it takes a little time.
As you're reading the auras, it looks like there's several different kinds of auras. It's hard to really tell them apart since they all seem to be coming from his hands, and thus are all kind of right next to each other, overlapping.
Oh, okay.
It looks like he had a number of magical rings.
Neat.
Loot the bodies.
That'll endear you with everyone.
Oh yeah,
Believe me, I'm desperately resisting the urge.
that's a way to remove suspicion real quick.
No, it's evidence. It's evidence.
And now the evidence are on my finger. Okay. Well, I'm going to leave those rings where they are for the moment.
Okay.
And I guess if Leandra is done, I'll go back upstairs.
All right.
I am actually going to just chill here by the body until the people who know what they're doing get here.
Just hang out.
All right. Well, then let's go up to the alchemy team. So Sprenya and Calric.
Team
Alchemy tea.
So you have finished at this point setting up your alchemy stuff.
Yes.
Um.
I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna do. Let me see, because this was from a type of flower that I identified at the last night. Correct?
You identified the poison,
You identified
which
the
I think was
poison.
like purple breath.
Violet breath.
Violet breath.
Yeah.
That was it.
And I remember I rolled a nat 20 for my to figure out what it was that caused it.
Oh.
Because my mom was an herbalist.
Yeah.
The main. That's right.
And you had figured out what this was. Yeah. It was a poison called the Violet Breath was in his porridge.
Okay. The violet breath was in his porridge. Do I remember? Is it just the flour that causes this, or do you have to mix the flour with other things to cause it?
You don't really know exactly how to make it. It was a very complicated recipe. You don't know what flour is involved.
Okay.
It's a very complicated recipe. You weren't really sure entirely what it was. You just recognized it upon seeing it.
Okay.
But you certainly can't make it yourself. It's beyond your skill level.
Okay.
But if you two will roll me perception checks.
Is this for something to do with the stuff? Because I might have better skills
Yes.
suited
That's
for
a
it.
21.
Could I use lore toxicology instead?
No. This
Okay.
is just perception.
Oh, that's right. My perception's a little better now. 17.
Okay. Sprenya, you notice a strange kind of floral smell coming when you uncork the sample of porridge from his bowl.
Do I recognize it? Can I maybe like roll nature to recognize it at least?
You could roll your lore alchemy.
Okay. Wait, I don't. I have occultism and arcana.
You
This
also
could be a
have
crafting alchemy
or
check.
crafting
Okay,
alchemy.
yeah, okay, crafting. Then crafting, yeah.
What is your lore that you have?
My lore is engineering.
Engineering, that's right.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll roll my crafting.
We have a really good spread of lores.
It's a 26.
Okay. Yeah, this is how you have heard that violet breath described when you've read about it.
Okay.
Calric, if she points this out, you can smell it too once it has been pointed out to you.
Yeah,
Floral.
and it's only in Bort's.
It's only
Bort's,
it's only in Bort's vial.
Okay.
Well, I believe that does half of our work for us. We could still probably get a distilling going to try and extract proof of it.
Yeah.
Just because it's something that can run in the background and we can come back and check it later.
Okay. Should I do another lore crafting to get a proper distillery going?
Yes. Roll me a craft
Basically, we want to
alchemy
try and
isolate it.
Okay.
Yeah. Just so that we have concrete proof in it. And
That's
I will roll
11.
a toxicology to help
11.
you.
Yes, please.
All right. You set it up and set it in a way that you think will do as much as it can.
27.
Please
help.
help. Thank you.
With
27
lore toxicology.
for lore
Or
toxicology.
if I'm doing crafting, it's also a 27.
For lore toxicology or for crafting, you assist her enough to know that you shouldn't expect a whole lot.
Okay. Well, it's not. We're not trying to get concrete. We're not trying to get the chemical itself. We're just trying to isolate that there is a foreign agent there that is quantifiable. Like here we have porridge, and here we have not porridge.
Yes, and that's what I'm saying is that there will be, at this point, there's little enough distinction between the porridge and the not porridge. The main thing you can prove is that this porridge
There's something else that
definitely smells a little off, clearly has viscosity slightly different, but there aren't two separate components anymore. There is just one combination component that can't really easily be separated out.
Okay.
But it's different enough from the rest of the porridge that you have determined, at least if nothing else by that smell.
Yeah.
That clearly
Also
it's
that's
not just
got-
porridge.
Yeah. All right. So I guess we don't have to do anything more here. But probably could just leave the lab set up because we'll probably need it again later.
Okay.
When she was setting up her oh wait, never mind. Because I can carry my. I was gonna say I should set up my healing setup, but then I remembered that I can carry that with me on bandoliers and stuff, which I
I'm
have.
gonna use my journal to write down our findings in my journal.
Okay?
Yeah.
It is all recorded there.
Okay. I guess we should go see what Al and Leandri found.
Okay.
All right, so you head downstairs, and you see them standing over an open cellar door, or you see Al standing over an open cellar door, kind of peering down in, and there seems to
Real
be
quick.
a glowy light coming out from it.
On seeing Delma,
Mm-hmm.
the first thing Calric does is, "Oh, hey Delma, I was wondering if it'd be possible if we could grab some samples of that, the porridge."
Oh, yes, absolutely. It's right back in the kitchen. It's unlocked now.
Okay. Cool. Thank you very much. And then I'm gonna go and is everything still exactly as we left it last night?
Yep.
I'm gonna take a quick whiff of each one. One smells flowery, the other one
Yep,
doesn't.
same smells, just smelled from the vial.
Okay, so nobody tried to tamper it.
Okay.
Or at least nobody succeeded in tampering with it.
Yes.
Okay.
As far as you know, this looks as the way you left it before.
Okay.
Excellent. That's what I like to see.
Are you gonna take samples just in case, or no?
I mean, is anybody watching?
no?
No, the kitchen seems empty today.
Okay then.
If the kitchen's empty, I'm not gonna bother taking them
Okay.
because we already have them.
Okay.
I just wanted to look like I was getting them.
Sure.
so
No,
that people-
that makes sense. That makes sense.
Okay, and then I'll go downstairs to look at the body.
Okay. When you enter into the cellar, roll me a perception check.
Both of us, or
Or, yeah, roll me either a perception or investigation check.
that'll be perception.
I had already rolled a perception, and it is 10.
I got 16.
Okay. Morgan, you can smell that same floralness on the body. Or around the body.
Yep.
Any clue why he smells like a flower?
Trying to figure that out in the alchemy lab upstairs. But the poison smells the same way.
Noted. He's also turning blue.
Very blue.
Physiology, Charlie?
You sure?
17?
Yep, you get the same information that Sherry had. It's probably
Well,
just a reaction to the
Well,
poison.
can we...
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, lore physiology to know that it's a reaction to the poison.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you are coming to the same conclusion that I already said. It's, seems to be that it's just an unusual reaction to an unusual poison, rather than any sort of natural cause of death.
Okay, so we have verified 5 different ways that he indeed was poisoned. Nothing else looks like it was tampered at all. Tampered with.
I mean, no, the body has been moved down here.
Can I roll a toxicology to determine if it's dangerous to leave, like, with the flowery smell pervading through the room, if that's a problem?
Sure.
It's over 20.
Okay. No.
Okay,
There's no
so we can-
danger for leaving him there. The smell.
As long
is-
as you don't ingest it, so...
Yeah, don't bite him.
Oh, there goes
No
my
biting.
evening.
I was gonna gnaw on the bodies.
But yeah, as far as you can tell,
Ruin
it's
all
not like
our
it's
fun.
going to contaminate anything else. It won't spread. It's
Okay.
So clearly what we should do, since biting him is a bad idea, is we should use his body to synthesize a version of the poison.
We're gonna boil him for tallow and then poison someone with it.
Paul, you specifically gave yourself a wisdom score.
yes, I did.
Is poison generally strong enough in smell that you can smell it this clearly?
Well, this isn't one that I've seen.
First off, I would also like to point out it isn't a very clear smell. It's a very faint smell.
Oh, okay.
This isn't some obvious thing. You just rolled high in your perception.
Gotcha.
This isn't something that I've necessarily seen before, but it doesn't seem out of the realm of possibility for something that is as deadly as we've seen.
Can I use maybe my knowledge of like knowledge arcana or something like that to maybe narrow down a list of ingredients that can cause this kind of thing?
I mean, your crafting check would have been better for that.
Cause what kind of...
What-
What are you trying to roll,
Well-
Morgan?
I don't know, just something to see if I know of anything that could at least narrow down our focus on what exactly was in this and where we could find it,
Well, you know
or
what's
where
in
someone could find it.
it. You know what's in it.
Okay.
Right? The
Well-
violet breath.
Yeah.
I think she means how one makes violet breath.
How long makes violet breath, and how close how easy it would be for them to just make it here.
This is a poison you have never seen in your life. Nor have you ever seen anyone selling it, nor have you ever found it anywhere. Ever.
Okay.
You read about it in a book once.
Okay.
It is a very uncommon poison. It's not gonna be stocked, you know.
Well, obviously not stocked, but then that means, well, I mean, that would determine the nature of who would be able to make this kinds of poison, and might narrow down a prospect, because
Yeah.
if
Well-
it's someone from the town who has no idea, like who like if you can't find the ingredients here, then it has to be someone in from a different town who has access to those ingredients.
Well, most
Maybe.
likely it was bought on the black market. They probably didn't have access to the ingredients at all. They probably just bought it off of somebody. That's what most of the people in Cheliax do.
Then how would they have read a book? Is there a book maybe that has the recipe in it?
No, I mean, like, you go to an apothecary, or it's somebody that you know is an assassin, or one of your contacts, and you say, "Hey, I want to murder a dude. How do I do that?" And they give you a poison, and you use the poison.
But who would have access to that, and who would have knowledge of who? Okay,
Knowledge of
never mind.
the black market?
Not knowledge of the black market, but knowledge of specifically to ask that will be able to give them this poison and not ask them later.
That's the entire black market. That's their purpose.
This is also a trade route.
I mean, anyone
People are
here.
in and out all the time.
Yes, it's a town full of people who live next to Cheliax, therefore know how to get to a black market.
Okay.
Yeah, Cheliax is really good at the black market thing.
To be perfectly honest, Cheliax is kind of actually doesn't have a huge black market. They just
Because they just sell everything
because
legally.
it's just legal.
If
Buying
you go
poison to
to
kill
the
your
right-
enemies is just part of Cheliax. They don't need a black market for that.
That's a
If you go to
Valentine's
the
Day
right
gift.
market in Cheliax, you don't. It's not even
Yeah.
illegal.
Morgan,
You
all-
just need the correct documentation
Morgan,
to prove
wait.
that you're authorized to purchase it, and that you've got a permit for murder.
But yeah, Morgan,
permits
you
for
know
that now?
that this would be a rare poison that would require a very skilled alchemist. It would be very, very unlikely that it would be sold in a town like this.
And that's
And it
why
would
I'm
be
trying to
rare to
figure out a
find
way to
someone-
narrow it down.
You currently are not aware of anyone in town who is an alchemist.
Yeah, if you can't make it, it seems unlikely that at least
Basically-
on spec, anyone in this town
Morgan,
can.
no, there are no rolls you can make. Do the investigation.
Well, also, you already made some of them. Like,
Yeah.
you made one of them last night, or last week when we did the craft check. When you did the craft check to determine what it was.
Okay.
Let's see. So, if it's this rare and dangerous of a poison, it had to have been expensive. And I doubt they would have been able to procure it from here. Which means that most likely we're looking at somebody from the caravan who have done this. Unless somebody's been coming and going from town. Although they get caravans through here too, so it's possible that it's somebody from the town.
Well, not to interrupt our lovely investigation here, Delma mentioned that perhaps in exchange for reduced inn rates for the duration of our stay, that we might do a few favors for people around the town. In this case, spending some time with her father, who is also incidentally the oldest resident of the town and thus might know things about the sorts of people that are here. If
She says he has a lot of lovely stories.
yes,
Okay.
So she just wants us to do her work for her while we're also doing the other stuff?
technically we're being paid to do it by way of not getting charged money.
I mean, by not getting charged money, a couple of copper, that's real low pay rates.
Kalric, we're being given license to snoop at leisure around the town.
Yes, that's usually how that goes, but also I tend to get paid.
My point was, we now know where the person who knows the people in this town for longer than anyone else is, and we have a reason to go talk to him.
Yeah, you're right.
A
Should
reason
we
which
all-
won't draw any suspicion at all.
Should we all go do that, or would it be suspicious if we kind of went in?
Well, since
Gang
she
up on the
apparently
woman.
asked all of us to do it, it would not be suspicious for all of us to go.
Fair.
Yes.
All right then. At least that's something else to do.
Mm-hmm.
He's up on this hill over here, and I'll point like in the direction she indicated. Although we're standing inside, so I'm just pointing kind of toward the far wall.
All right, let's go then.
Okay. And off we go.
Grumbles about not getting paid.
All right, so you head off to go talk to the go up and go to the mansion up on the hill. And are on the way out. You notice a small gleam in the grass as you're walking by.
Okay. I will look at this.
What have we here?
You find as you walk over there a small little vial lying in the grass just outside the stable doors. Small glass vial with a simple cork in it. Seems empty.
Where we just came out of?
Just by the stables. Seems empty.
Mm.
Who leaves vials lying around? These are not cheap.
I'm picking this up.
Okay.
And I'm gonna open it and see if I
Roll-
detect the same smell.
Roll me a perception check.
Okay. Oh no! I lost my D20! No!
You will need
It
that.
was the good D20! Oh, wait, here it is. I trapped it. I have a focus point, right?
You do.
Hero point? Yeah.
A hero point. I'm gonna use my hero point to reroll.
Okay. So we need to get that hero point icon up.
It's a little better. It's a little better, you know? It's an 18.
Okay. Yes. You smell the same floral scent on the bottle.
Excellent. This vial smells floral.
Okay. So now we have a murder weapon.
Yes, we do.
Hmm.
I know this is probably a
We
weird
kind of already
question.
knew about. What?
Do we have a way to get fingerprints in this?
No.
No?
No.
No.
This is far before fingerprints.
Yeah,
This
there
is
is.
forensic science didn't really exist yet.
Yeah.
We do
Fingerprints
also know
would
that
be really
this
nice.
is not an assassin.
Hmm.
This
Fingerprints.
cannot possibly be an assassin. No assassin would
Oh,
leave
leave
evidence like this behind.
out in the open. Hmm.
At least not any assassin worth the name professionally.
Agreed.
Or this is not really the vial we're looking for.
I mean, it's a vial with poison.
Yes, it's a vial that displays the same poison we know killed this person.
True. My thought is either the assassin is exceedingly stupid or trying to draw attention away, although to what end I cannot imagine.
Congratulations.
I think
we've
it's
cleared
safer
this
to
path
assume
of
that
grass.
it's not a professional assassin.
Yeah.
All right, so what do you do now?
Let's continue on to where we were going before.
Okay.
Um,
I'm going to keep it.
real quick, I would like to roll an investigation to look for footprints.
Okay.
Or perception, also, because perception's a little better for me.
Either one, sure.
I'm gonna spend my hero point.
Okay.
We're gonna get into combat and we are all going to die.
Yep.
We're going to continue the tradition of killing the party in the second session.
16.
You can't make out any footprints that stand out. The problem being that in this area, it's right by the stables.
Yeah.
Horses walk in and out, people walk in and out. It's a heavily trafficked area. There's no
Okay.
specific footprint that you can identify as this is the one of whoever dropped the vial.
Yeah. Survival is a better skill for tracking anyway. Not gonna be able to find who dropped it here. Maybe they dropped something else? I guess that's all I got then.
So are you going to move on? It is by now roughly midday-ish. You had would have been able to have grabbed a late breakfast / early lunch of some basic
Sure.
simple things while you were in
Okay.
the place.
Not porridge, right?
Eat it while standing over the dead body.
Yes, exactly. But you would have been able to grab a bit of food. The cook wasn't in, but they had some simple stuff that didn't require cooking.
Okay.
So
Like
now
bread.
are you?
Like porridge.
It's a very early afternoon, like very early afternoon, probably about 1 o'clock or so. And so are you going to continue to try and do more investigation things? Are you heading over to the mansion to go get the old man?
I
don't
suggest
think
we
we
go
have
to
any
the old
particular
man.
leads, so
I think we were going over to the old man.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you head over and you head up and you start walking up towards the hill. And as you start to move over there, you hear a creaking. As you look over, you see an old man in what looks like some kind of makeshift wheelchair. Which seems to have been fashioned out of a cart, but looks like it was fairly reasonably well constructed, even if it was, put together on the spot. And there's a man who seems to have kind of wheeled himself into the area, looks up, squints a bit, and goes, "Oh, who are you?"
we're some travelers that were sent by Delma.
Ah, I was wondering what, if she was coming around today. She's busy, I take it?
Yes, she has quite a lot to do down at the inn.
It was getting late. I managed to have someone walking by wheel me down here. Figured I'd see if, there's anything I could do. Oh, Mayor Targan Folst. Good to meet you.
Good to meet you as well.
Lovely to meet you.
So,
The doctor said you had the really good stories.
well, you'll live as long as I do, and you'll lose pretty much everything but that, I'm afraid.
You said Turgenfolst?
Targan.
Targenfolst.
And you said he's mayor?
Yep.
Is that Targan Folst as first name, last name, or
Yes.
Targan Folst? as a full
Targan
name?
Folst. Last name
Okay.
Folst.
Got it. Thank you. I'm just taking notes.
Yes. How are you liking the feed mill?
It's the best inn we've stayed at on our journey.
Well, I know it doesn't look like a whole lot, but it's definitely one of the better ones you'll find in a place like this. I opened this inn 50 years ago. My daughter's been
Oh.
taking good care of it in recent times, but this thing's survived a lot. Survived the plague, survived the goblin blood wars.
Goblin Blood Wars?
Yes, the war with
Goblins.
goblins.
If you are trained in society, you have heard of the goblin blood wars.
Oh,
If you want
I
to
am
know more
trained in
about
society.
them, feel free to make rolls.
I have society.
Same.
They are wars with goblins,
And blood.
presumably.
Well, wars with those of goblin blood.
So what can you tell us about some of the folks around here, since we're fairly new?
Well, folks around here tend to be, we're simple folk. What's to tell? A lot of farming. A couple of people that do, other kinds of work. Even have a bard, if you can call him that. There's not a lot going on usually here in, Etrin's Folly, Plaguestone, whatever you want to call it these days.
Which do you prefer, sir?
I'd have gotten too old to care.
There were often fights in the tavern. There was quite a rowdy one last night.
Yeah, well, what can you do? Hard days work, hard days play.
Are the
Well,
fights
I mean,
common?
I can understand an occasional brawl, but it was basically the entire tavern.
Oh, if someone's having fun, no one's gonna be left out.
Are those kinds of fights common?
Well, they happen usually a couple times a week.
I see. Are they on the same days, or just randomly?
It's just, someone bumps into someone, someone's got some feud going on, someone just had a bit too much to drink. It happens. Ain't no one causes too much trouble with it. Most you ever have is a broken chair and some bruises. Best let it get it out of their system.
Everyone seems to be in good spirits and everything the next day?
Well, half of them don't remember it the next day. Come on. Why don't we start moving around?
All
Let's
right.
see if we can get this done before dinner. Start off with our nice town monument right here in the middle. Plaguestone. I remember that plague. He starts to ramble a bit about the plague, just
As a cat goes walking.
as the cat goes by. That's right, catch the rats. They bring that damn thing. I remember that damn plague. It was,
See, somebody knows about rodent transfer.
I remember we had, half of it was caused by that damn witch.
Oh,
That
what you
witch?
say?
Yeah, some witch, Silwith or something like that.
Into the notes.
Everyone was pretty sure she started the whole damn thing. And eventually she caught it herself and, cursed the whole town. Cursed the town's only priest. Rest in peace, Father Bolgrist.
I roll a 20 to see how much exactly I know about Silwith.
Absolutely nothing at all.
You're not from the town.
Okay.
You've never been here before.
Was Silwith known to the town before the plague?
Well, she lived here.
And she
What
was a
would've-
witch, or was she just... Oh, was she a witch after the plague?
Pretty sure she's always been a witch. Some kind of...
After the
Put some
plague, I
kind
think
of
she was
curse on
dead.
us all, brought the whole damn plague.
What would have angered somebody like that to curse the town in
I
such a
don't
way?
know. Who can fathom what witches are thinking? Maybe someone insulted her. Maybe someone looked at her the wrong way. Maybe she was just damn evil. Had some kind of
You know what-
daughter, I remember. What the hell was her name? Vilry. Weird name. Vilry.
What was Vilry like?
She kind of like her mom. Kept to herself, didn't really socialize too much. Stuck around at her mom's house for a few years.
And where would that be?
Oh, I'm not entirely sure anymore. I think it's in one of the run-down houses in the north section. She lived there for a little while, and I don't know, not around anymore. Maybe she ran off or died or something. Not too sure. So long ago. Memory's never been the best, and get as old as I am, and it gets even worse. Anyway, I think that's enough about this damn rock.
What other places in town do you want to show us?
Let's go up. I'll show you where everyone used to live. We'll roll through a old damn scar up north there. And if you head up that way, you roll him on his wheelchair. He'll start to tell kind of rambling, kind of inconsequential stories about various people that he used to know. This person used to live here, this person used to live there, but then of course they died. This person lived there. Son's a good farmer, but shame that they died. It seems like pretty much everyone he knew has died of something or other.
Sure. Well, I mean, he's the oldest resident.
Yes.
That's kind of that implies.
As you are heading through the north of town, and when you start heading up there,
Real quick before we
Yes.
wander off too far, can I retroactively check what he was saying about Vilry, specifically about the circumstances of her disappearance?
Sure.
To see if he believes it to be true, at
sure.
least?
Roll a perception.
Can I use... Was that sufficiently a conversation for me to use lie to me?
Lie to me is for lies, correct?
Yes.
Um,
Lie to me is for telling if someone else is lying to.
Sure.
Okay. Oh, that's real good. That is, I think a 26.
Yeah, as far
That
as
is
you
in fact
can,
a 26.
as far as you can tell, he seems to believe what he's saying.
Okay. That was it. I just,
Yep.
figured that, doing that before we wandered too far away from the
Yeah.
instance of him saying it. was-
But you start rolling up north, and as you are wandering to the north side of town, he's explaining about various people, and you get the knowledge and the impression that this is basically where all the plague victims lived.
Mhm.
This was basically the hardest hit area, and the one that they were all kind of quarantined to. And it shows. Pretty much every house, just about, is empty up there. All in terrible states of disrepair, collapsing, falling in. No one with any ability to live anywhere else lives here. And most of the homes are just completely empty and just no one lives there. It's kind of a bit of a depressing sight, like, driving through some of the worst neighborhoods of Detroit or something.
Yeah.
Why you gotta shit on Detroit like that?
Because it's Detroit.
We may be in Cleveland, but we're not in Detroit.
Yeah.
We're not Detroit.
As you
Man,
keep rolling him along, he you end up, if you don't do anything there, there's not really much to do. It's a big empty thing, but if you want to do something, let me know.
quick question.
yeah?
Could you remind me how long ago the plague was supposed to have been through here?
Let me check that quickly, to see if there's an exact, time frame. It was about 20 years ago.
Okay.
Okay.
Because I remember somebody had said something about that in the first session, but I
Yeah.
couldn't remember.
It was about 20 years ago. They had talked about that in the first session. And he mentions that a number of times, as he's sharing his stories about things.
Yeah.
Sure. I mean, I guess outside of keeping an eye out for anything that looks like it's a house that might have belonged to a witch.
I mean, as
Yeah.
far as you can tell, they're all sufficiently shitty enough.
Sure.
No,
This-
nothing looks particularly witchy. These are mostly just condemned, run-down old houses that have been
Okay.
states of disrepair because no one's lived in them for 20 years and they've collapsed in on themselves.
Sure. Then I'm mostly focusing on concealing the fact that I've gotten bored of his stories about 20 minutes ago.
Aw.
He,
I'm still listening. I'm enjoying his stories.
Mayor Fulst,
mhm.
I've seen a couple plagues come and go from, or well, a plague or two come and go from Deliax. Being a city like that, sickness tends to spread pretty fast. I've never seen anything with the devastation like here. Could you tell me a little bit about that?
Well,
I'm sure you were around at the time.
it was a plague. I'm not sure what to really say. We don't exactly know what specifically caused it. It just was a plague.
Yeah, but like, what were some of the symptoms? Like, how did you know somebody had it?
Well, usually it started with coughing. That wasn't generally a that much of a oddity. I mean, you know, people cough. But it would get progressively worse, and then you'd start to have a rash once it started to get real bad. After a while, the coughing would just keep getting worse and worse till they just one day couldn't breathe anymore and would die.
Hmm.
You didn't want to get too near him either. Anyone that had that rash, phew, so much as a touch, and maybe you'd get it too.
Hence the reason for the Plaguestone.
Uh-huh. Couldn't go
Can
near
I
him.
roll a physiology or a medicine to
Mhm.
determine this plague specifically,
Okay.
or a couple of maybe a couple of different diseases that would fit that description?
Okay.
No, never mind.
Sounds like a
Coughing
plague.
and then rash. How strange.
Usually it's rash and then coughing.
There's not enough information there to go on, basically.
Uh-huh.
It
Rolled
fits
a
all the
2.
things.
What kind of disease makes somebody cough?
A lot of them.
That's terrible.
It wasn't fun. Unfortunately, we lost a lot of people. Town's never recovered.
Hmm.
Let's keep moving. Going up to... Get on a Drunk Shepherd's Path.
Drunk Shepherd's Path?
Yeah, that's the name of it.
Well then, let's get to that.
Okay.
Used to have sheep pastures all this way. It was a pretty good sight to see, actually. Unfortunately, a last big flock left town years ago. Now it's all just the turnip farms.
The flock left?
Well, they went to
Blemish.
better pastures, and the shepherds moved them on to somewhere else.
Oh, okay.
What would have driven them away?
I just would have, with the plague killing a lot of them, and people just wanted to have a change of scenery. Sheep not doing as well here, trying to find better areas. Some people just decided to stop being shepherds. Any number of reasons. It's just declined over time.
Unfortunate.
More land going to farmland, less available for grazing, things like that. Times change.
Yeah. No, it
Names,
makes sense
however,
why
it
you
doesn't
guys are
seem-
so-
Names don't seem to change as much, though, so Drunk Shepherd's Path it is. We'll take that up. It'll head us by the old shrine. I'd like to visit that if I can.
Shrine to whom?
Currently, I think it's dedicated to Gozra.
Gozra? We know who Gozra is with a society check?
With a religion check.
Okay.
I have that.
And you can roll it untrained.
Okay.
Sure. That's a 4.
That's a 19.
Is he a demon lord? Then I don't know him.
But you have heard of Gozra, don't really know anything about Gozra. Paul, what did you roll?
Trained, I have
That's what it's trained for you and for
Trained.
everyone else knows. The DC isn't high enough for you, anyone who has it trained, to not know it.
Yeah,
Oh,
I have
okay.
it trained.
Same.
Untrained, you'd have to roll to know anything. But yeah, what you know is that Gozra is the twin aspect god of nature. Gozra
Okay.
is both the old man of the storm and the lady of the sea. And he is known for his terrible kind of like thunderstorms and nature, and also she is known for her being a fickle mistress of the sea and her torrents and wind and sky and just natural
nice god.
aspects. True neutral, like true neutral, and just
Fuck.
you know, the god of unbound, unrestrained nature. Not bad nature, not hurricanes and evil tempests and things like that or whatever. Just nature. And so any shrine dedicated to Gozra is usually just going to be mostly a garden. They all are completely open roof. I mean,
Can I
his male
make a
ads-
nature check?
for what?
Well, or a perception check
to do.
for smell.
I mean, when we get there.
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
I mean, you roll up. It's a shrine. It is heavily overgrown.
Yeah.
It's like it wasn't always a shrine to
Well, maybe
Gozra.
not.
It kind of just, became that once the nature took it over. I mean, I suppose all shrines become a shrine to Gozra eventually. The druids used to gather here long ago, but ever since Father Bulgris died, no one's ever come here anymore.
Father Bulgris?
That was
He
the
was
one
priest.
Only priest we had in town
He's-
died in the plague. Damn witch cursed
Right.
him.
And
Right.
what was the shrine to before it was overtaken by nature and became a shrine to Gozra? Also, I totally rolled a 24 to make it seem like I knew exactly who Gozra was.
Uh-huh. Aristil, I think. Think it was Aristil. It's hard to
Okay,
remember.
this is gonna have to be another line to be checked.
Yeah.
Was it a shrine to Lamash too? Ooh, 26 to see if he's lying to me again.
It was a shrine to Nurgle. The Space Marines start to land.
Space Marines.
We're Warhammer now, bitches. No, it seems like he doesn't remember.
Oh, so he's just kind of like legitimately guessing?
Yeah. He's like, he does seem to think it was probably Aristil, but he genuinely doesn't really seem to remember.
Okay.
Okay.
Makes me feel at home anyway.
But
So not
everyone,
purposefully lying, but not confident in his truth.
yes.
Yeah.
Everyone, roll me a perception check.
Sure.
Yeah, buddy. Does this have to do with our investigation?
No.
Damn.
18.
19.
18.
Okay.
Ow.
Tight grouping there, guys. Good job.
What you got, Sherry?
That is 25 total.
Oh, Jesus. 18, 19, 18, 25.
There is
Show off.
a rustling coming from some of the overgrowth by the shrine.
Oh, cool.
Cool. I'm going to casually turn toward it and get ready to throw fire at it
Okay.
while trying to seem like I'm not doing that.
Well, I'd say
Bombs?
if you all ready yourselves like that,
Who goes
then
in?
why don't you just keep those perception checks? As we
Oh, dear.
And everyone, please get into the Roll20 game.
Oh,
Okay.
no.
Man, it's a good perception check, but I'm really tempted to just like roll deception for not seeming like I'm getting ready to blow this bush into tiny pieces.
Up to you if you want to do that.
Okay, I'm gonna do it just because I've never gotten to roll deception for initiative before, and I really want to.
I keep thinking of the Pokemon music.
Yeah, it's exactly the same. It's still 19.
Yes.
Sorry, go ahead.
Paul, get into roll 20.
Yeah, I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Just give me a second.
I'm looking at
Technically, you
it.
could just
no
look at
time.
Twitch.
It wouldn't let me log in for some reason, so I had to sign into the site first, and then it had to do the things.
All right. As soon as you're all in, I can switch the camera over.
Ta-da!
Ta-da!
We about to get jumped.
Not unless I bomb them first.
I mean, I don't think your bombs do enough damage to one-shot most things at this level.
I could bomb the whole church down. I could do it.
But
You
your bombs
all-
aren't that big.
Bombs. Shh. I have multiple bombs. Multiple.
I need to do just quick editing with this, but you all see as coming out of the bushes 4 bizarre, horrific-looking mosquito-like creatures.
Oh god, Sturge.
Kill
fucking
the plague
Sturge's
again,
hands.
guys!
As you see 4 blood bugs.
Oh. Can I roll a
Yes.
nature to know what exactly blood bugs do to you? And whether or not their blood is terrible? If it splatters?
I mean, it's probably not their blood that's the problem. It's your blood because they're drinking
Yes.
it.
Listen, I want to know. I just want to be sure.
Yes, well, that's
But their
probably
blood's
going to be
not
an
a
action
single
during
site.
combat to do that.
Yes. You cannot know now.
Still throwing a bomb at it.
But yeah, so your initiatives were who got what again?
Sherry got
Sherry
25.
Sherry went first.
Yes, and then it was 19 for me and 18 for the other two.
And 19 for Al, and then 18. What are each of your perception scores?
4.
Plus 8.
Mine's plus 4.
Okay. Then you all and getting things set up quickly as these horrible mosquito-like creatures that you can see on the screen before you jump out.
Just the worst.
Just the worst.
Absolute worst.
Oh, I'm seeing the wrong map.
You
Nice.
seeing the wrong map?
Yeah,
What do you?
I'm seeing a ruined building. But that's okay. I can just use the Twitch stream.
Yeah, here.
I
There
can
you
also use
go.
the Twitch stream. That's
There
what
you
I
go.
was seeing
Now
also.
you're on the right map.
Okay.
Now
I was
you're on
like,
the right map.
these horrible mosquito creatures you're seeing jump in front of you, and I'm not seeing anything.
Now
I
you're
see a
on the
bear.
right map.
I see a bear.
Technical difficulties. Oh yeah.
It's a
Morgan, you
bear.
see what?
A
We see a
bear.
bear.
Now you're on the right map. Now you're on the right map.
Oh, we're on the right map.
Your sister who
we did it.
Man, who knew that 4 Sturges could look remarkably bear-like?
There
earthy
are 4
quality.
surges in a bear coat.
Those weren't the surges, guys. That was the party.
Oh god.
We were all in bear coats.
Okay.
All right. So,
Really wish we had a bodyguard right about now.
if only she wasn't handling another task around town
Damn it, Umi.
of unspecified nature.
Oh, Umi.
Of non-blood bug nature.
of non-horrible mosquito thing nature. All right, so Leandra, you get to go first.
Blessed shield next.
Okay.
All right. So now it's Al, you get to go as the
Okay.
bless
I'm
starts
going
up.
to.
And I think everyone was caught in the bless area this time.
Bless
Yeah.
should just be one square.
Yes.
Do you want
So
to
currently,
place yourself any differently than I've placed you?
One square to the right.
Okay.
To the right, to the right.
And everyone else.
We don't
okay
have
with
much of
where
a
they
front
are?
line. Sure.
Sure.
yeah, sure.
Okay. The old man, the mayor, is kind of off to the side.
Yes. Rapidly rolling himself away from terrible blood.
Yes.
He's like, nope, nope.
Take. Like,
Put it in
Ah,
reverse,
God.
Terry.
damn fiends, take care of him, will you, please?
Did you say fiends?
He doesn't hear you.
Okay,
busy rolling
that's my
his
turn. I'm gonna go.
He meant it literally or offensively.
I'm going to go directly in front of. I think that's Springa, the one just up and to my left.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go right there.
Right here?
Yes. Which side of bugs should I fuck up? Let's go with the left side, I guess. I'm gonna cast Burning Hands toward them.
Okay.
And they must make a reflex save.
This they can do. What's the DC?
17.
Okay.
I get to try and remember how my character works.
Yay.
And both of them make it, so
God damn it.
Nice.
roll your
Okay, let me double check.
it's half damage.
Damage
So
on this spell real quick. I believe it's 1d6 plus something. It just might be 1d6. Because I'm gonna do absolutely nothing to these fuckers. 4, so 2, I'm pretty sure.
okay. It's 2d6 fire damage.
Oh, okay.
Burning
well
you
then-
cast burning hands, right?
Yeah, so 7, which means it's 3 or 4, depending on whether you roll up or halfway up or down.
Okay. You cast this spell and fire jets forth from your hand, engulfing the area, but the bugs seem to be able to kind of dart out of the way of the worst of it and just kind of get grazed by some of the heat. And it doesn't seem to
I'm
be
used to.
as effective as it should be, or as it would be if it had hit them direct on.
Right. I'm not used to having to cast Burning Hands at flying things.
Yes.
Nimble flying bug things.
And you did those to the ones where?
On
To
the
the
left.
left.
Okay. All right. It is now one of the bugs' turns.
Yeah.
He will come and drink my delicious bottle.
This
Yeah,
one.
you probably shouldn't have been on the front lines, man.
I expected the 18s to go faster.
That one zips over right there. And attempts to, seems to stab out with some kind of barbed leg attached to it.
Mhm.
Cool.
That is a 26.
Yes.
Oh.
That is, in fact, a critical hit.
Okay.
Reminder that the party does not have an AC as long as Umi's not here.
It's really have an AC when she is here either. It's just we have hit points then.
And it darts forward stabs out with its barbed legs and hooks them onto all of your robes, firmly attaching itself in place all around you. It will then start to drain some blood out of you.
There it is.
That is 1d4, is it?
Yep, and you are drained 1. As you take 3 points of damage.
Okay.
Just the absolute worst.
All right, that's its turn. Calric.
Calric will identify. Well, I don't really have a shot on. Well, I can probably shift over. I will move next to onto the other side of Sprenya.
Okay, so you are moving here.
And then I will identify the known weaknesses of. Or I will study the suspect
Okay.
to get my bonus, which is well over 20.
Okay.
Which means that I get to make a check, which is also going to be 20, to give everybody the bonus.
Yay.
Okay.
And then for my last ability, I will attempt to shoot it with an arrow.
The one on Dave? Which one?
Do I have something else I can do? Not really. Is there a way I can try and pry it off of him?
You could try.
It's gonna be an athletics check, just so you know.
Oh yeah, well I'm not good at those.
No, no one good at those.
Strength score? What's that? All right, well I guess I'll just take a shot at the other one.
Okay.
Oh, 19. So more than that.
Yeah. It hits.
That is a 23.
Yep, that hits.
Unfortunately, I only get 1d6 because my bonus is on the other guy. 5 damage.
5 damage to the other one on the left, or one of the two on the right?
Other one on the left.
Okay. As you have a bow or a crossbow?
A short bow.
So as you draw back with your short bow, you let loose an arrow, and this bug doesn't seem to be really doesn't seem to know what that is and didn't really prepare, and thus the arrow just kind of goes straight through it, just skewering it entirely, solidly through, as it falls to the ground dead.
Wait, what?
Yeah, Sturgis don't have a lot of hit points. They're pretty low CR monsters.
As it thing falls down dead.
Yay.
So that was your actions. Now there is this bug.
I'm just gonna descend them.
Swarms
Wait,
over here.
They go before Sprignew does?
Yeah, this one does.
Oh, okay. So it also rolled a 18. Nice.
But it's not as perceptive as me.
And goes and lunges at Leandra here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another 26.
Oh, fuck.
It attaches itself.
As it attaches
God damn
itself
it.
to you, and then starts to drink some of your blood, dealing 2 points of damage.
And you are drained one.
Burpee.
using
You are
another.
drained 1. All right, now it is Frenya's turn.
I'm gonna turn around to face Leandra. Ready
Don't
my
do
hand
it.
crossbow
Oh,
and
okay.
shoot this fucking thing.
I was gonna
Okay.
say.
See?
swear
There's
to
some
God, if you
intelligence.
Dump a bomb on her.
I do have an intelligence. I just like bombs very
How
much.
many points of damage was it?
2. Well, 3 if you count being drained.
Okay, so you're just gonna shoot it with your crossbow?
Yes.
All right.
I'm not gonna shoot it with my crossbow.
What did you roll?
Rolled a 10.
Yep, that will miss.
Damn it.
You got 2 more.
And that's all
shots
3
to
of my actions, isn't it?
No. You
Well, I
shot it with
turned
a
around, pulled out my crossbow, and
Turning
turning
isn't
around
taking
isn't an action. Turning
Okay.
around is free.
all right, then I'm gonna try to shoot it again.
You-
And actually, you
have
know
to
what?
reload.
I'm gonna try to acid splash it.
okay.
That takes 2 actions.
Yeah,
She should
has
still
two.
have to. Right?
She shot
Oh,
a
yeah,
crossbow.
yeah.
That's all she's done so far.
Cool.
Then yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
And that's what exactly?
Plus charisma modifier. Plus 3. So, yeah, it's gonna be whatever you roll plus probably 3.
It would just be it's a spell attack.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
my
it's whatever
charisma's
your
0.
spell attack bonus is.
Which in this case
plus
I
roll.
believe is 3.
Oh yeah, it is 3. Okay. All right, that's a 14.
For the one on Leandra,
Yes.
just hits.
Yes. Okay.
Roll damage.
All right. See, it doesn't say. It just says it's a spell attack plus 3. Oh, hold on.
I think it's
1d6.
1d4. Oh, 1d6. Okay.
Yeah.
Plus 1 splash. So Leandra also gets
Yeah.
hit by 1 acid.
As it does.
Yep.
That's a 3.
Okay. Alright, so it takes 3 damage as you throw this acid at it, and as it was draining Leandra, you saw it get this kind of new sheen over its skin. As
Yep.
your acid hits on top of it, it starts to burn away at the carapace of this bug as it starts to kind of twitch, and that sheen kind of disappears, and then it starts to eat into the actual carapace.
Yeah.
They get to drain temporary hit points, y'all.
Leandra,
It's
also,
the
as
way.
she throws this glob of acid splashing on this bug that's lashed itself to you, it kind of splashes everywhere, including on you, as you take 1 point of acid damage as well.
God damn it.
Sorry.
Morgan only deals in splash damage.
I tried not to bomb
Morgan
things.
only
I
does
tried.
friendly fire. Only friendly fire.
To be honest, it's better off this way because if she had thrown the bomb, I can't imagine Leandra doesn't also get hit by the full bomb when getting hit by
Yes. See?
when hitting a bug that's on her.
I tried. Okay. I tried very hard.
Anyway, so
The bug is still in the next square over.
it's not if it's attached to her; it shares her square.
I don't see it say that.
That's part of being. I'm pretty sure that's part of being attached, but it
what's
doesn't
the
matter. Anyway,
It's similar to grabbing the creature. It's the same kind of thing as a grab. A grab doesn't move you into their square.
Yeah, in old Pathfinder and in 3.5, you used to occupy the same square. I don't know if that's the case in new Pathfinder. But you can rule it either way.
Yeah, as I have, it is not saying anything about it occupying the same square.
Okay.
So I don't think it does. It's similar to if you had grappled somebody. If you find otherwise, then let me know, but I don't. But I'm saying that for now, it does not occupy the same square.
Wouldn't the bug also take splash damage?
No, the
No,
bug took
'cause it takes-
damage.
Okay.
Takes actual damage.
But it is now
The other bug's turn?
the final bug's turn. Yes. Leandra, what's your health, Leandra? What's your total?
Currently 10. Oh, total health is 17.
Okay.
Currently 10.
What else did you take damage from?
Yeah.
You know what? I might not
should
have
be 13.
Wait.
less.
Because you took two damage from the drain, right?
I think she kept her damage from
and
the last
you
combat.
lose 2 health from 2 total health from the drain.
Yeah, I forgot to bring hit points back from last week.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you are all at full health. This for your hit points. So
So, Dave, you said it would be 15?
12. I think.
You lose
12,
one.
okay.
You lose. You should have only taken 4 damage. You should be at 12, I believe.
Or 13. Yeah, sorry, my math is bad. If she's taken 4 and has 17 next, she should be at 13.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah,
Okay,
you should be
now
at
it is
13.
accurate.
Should be at 13. Yes. You lose 1 health from drained. You took 2 damage from the blood bug and 1 splash damage. So, okay, good. We figured that out. Now,
Yeah.
it is the last bug's turn, and it is going to go right over here and lunge
cool.
at our lovely alchemist friend Sprenya. And that is a 22.
They do
So
not
it-
miss.
Locks on you, and it as well will bite into you and start to drain your blood, dealing 3 points of damage, and you are drained 1.
Okay,
All right.
top of the round.
Okay.
think-
Yep, top of round. So it is Leandra again.
All right, I am going to spend 1 action to increase my my bless rating,
You're going to increase your blast range, okay?
and then I will let me check something real quick.
Mhm.
I think I can do this. Yeah, I will cast Chill Touch on the blood bug that is currently latched onto me.
Okay.
Important question.
It needs to make a
Yes.
fortitude save.
It does not actually give us the grabbed condition, correct? Attaching.
Don't
I
think
do
it
not
does.
believe so, no.
Okay. That's important because if it does, we have to make flat checks against making manipulate actions,
Yeah,
Mhm.
no, you
which,
it-
are involved in casting spells.
You do not have the grabbed condition.
Okay.
So you're casting Chill Touch?
Yes.
Alright. It makes to make it will make a fortitude save. What's the DC of your fortitude save?
17.
Seventeen, sir.
It makes it, so they are
These
rolling
bugs.
crazy good.
The dodgiest of. Oh, that was a fort save.
So
He just
yes.
got it off.
roll the damage.
Sure.
Do I roll the damage even if it made the save?
takes-
I was
yes,
looking
half
at
damage,
that.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's just a D4 plus spellcasting modifier.
So the total was 5.
Okay. So you touch it, and it is touching you, so you don't need to make any sort of effort to touch it. It is currently attached. And so you just kind of cast this spell and brush your hand against it, and the sheen that it had gained seems to just like dissipate entirely as it is awash with negative energy from your touch. All right.
Okay.
It is now Al's turn.
Mm-hmm.
Against my better judgment, I'm going to cast Produce Flame on Leandra's bug.
Okay.
Because
But you
it's
get a +2 on the one that's attached to you.
yes, I'm reasonably confident in my ability to hit these things. The trickier part is getting through their temporary hit points and killing them before they get new temporary hit points.
That's true.
So I'm gonna blast that one with fire.
Okay.
Wait.
Unless, of course, I roll a fucking natural 1.
Oh,
Do you have a
They all hero pointed.
have a
Fuck
hero
it.
point? All right. Hero pointed.
That's way better. That's I get +1 from bless, so 24,
yeah.
which I believe is a critical hit.
24 on the one attached to Leandra.
Yes.
Yeah, you crit.
Yeah.
Roll a 1 on my die, but that's okay. So 10.
10 damage. All right. So you see, yeah. Describe how you do it.
I just kind of like spin in place, trying to kind of whack this thing off of me, and then notice that Leandra's one seems to be slightly less shiny, and kind of just flick my wrist in its direction, sending this globe of flame to literally just consume it like tail to head, stopping just short of singeing her clothing.
Please avoid setting me on fire.
Well,
She's not the
I
one that
didn't
did
set you on
choose it.
fire. I put
As,
acid on you. Different.
As he flicks this flame at the bug, which just explodes, the bug gets blasted off of you. And you start bleeding rather badly from where it had stuck its stinger in. Or stuck its proboscis into your flesh.
Yeah.
Hibiscus.
It is now the bug's turn.
The
Oh, I
one
still have
attacking
the range.
Al.
Oh, that's what you still have one more action.
Yeah.
So
I'm going to attempt to escape check.
okay.
Cause fuck it.
Might as well.
Nope. That's a 5 for a total of 5.
Yep. That's not enough, as it turns out.
Not gonna cut it.
All right, so it will now take its turn, and it's attached. It's gonna drain.
Yup.
Drain, drain.
As Dave, you take 7 damage
Oof.
Neat.
as it just sucks a lot of blood out of you.
Just the worst.
Just the worst.
Are these things flat-footed while they're attached, the way grabbed things are?
Yes.
Okay, good. 7, you said?
Yep.
Cool.
Your drained amount
Cool.
does not increase, however.
Yes.
So
yeah.
you take 7 damage from that. And
Neat.
Calric, it's your turn.
Looking like I don't have that much blood left.
Calric is going to target this guy because I get so many bonuses against him. Seems like a good idea.
The one on Al.
Yeah. 17.
Is that with
That
plus a billion?
Yeah.
So yep, that hits.
Sweet. Because otherwise it only would have been a 15. Ah, no! No, come back, die! Where'd you go?
It's fleeing.
Flee.
It has fleed.
Flee.
Okay, it's all fine. I'll just use a... Oh, wait, no, there it is. I was just about to grab a different one, and then I stepped on it. That looks like 7 damage.
7 damage. All right.
Goodbye, Sheen.
As it was just draining blood, it just gets progressively redder and more shiny until you take this bow and plink at it, and the arrow nails it right in the back of the carapace and just ricochets off, though it takes a good amount of the bloody sheen with it.
That sucks.
Yep. It drained me for 7, gained 7, now lost 7.
Net 0.
Friggin' Sturges.
That's one action.
Then I will try and heal. Which I get. That very well might be a critical. Now that I have bonuses to heal.
Okay.
7, 23 plus 1, 24. 24, not quite a critical.
24 to heal Al.
Yep.
All right, roll the health.
2d8.
2 dice.
You get 12 hit points.
Hooray! That's literally one more than my maximum, so.
Al's good at this. Al's just like behind you, pumping in intravenous fluid into your back.
In a spark of inspiration, you just reach out and kind of poof, and just squeeze the bug. Al, this
Shove the
feels
blood back.
terrible as your blood rushes back into your body. It doesn't seem to have affected the endurance that it has gained from drinking the blood, but it
Sure.
certainly stopped you from
I
being
didn't have any of that
anemic.
left anyway.
I stole all of its endurance with my bow. Speaking of my bow, I'm going to shoot him again
Yeah, okay.
for my last action. That's a no with the -4.
All right. Your arrow
That
whizzes
basically
by.
cancels out. Well, actually, 12 to their flat-footed.
Nope, that's not enough.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Your arrow just barely misses as it's now kind of agitatedly like buzzing. And yeah, now it is the
My turn?
Other bug.
other
No, we
bug's
killed that bug.
turn
Oh.
that is latched onto Morgan.
Okay.
Did it latch onto you?
Yes.
How
Yeah.
much did it drain you for? I forgot to mark that.
I'm
One.
drained
Three.
one.
3. That's right. it
No,
drained you for 3.
I was hit one.
You drained
I
one.
was
with a-
hit.
yeah, it is now
But
with
drink.
you as well. Just going to drink. It just starts sucking blood out.
Nom 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 nom.
As you take
So is
six
that
6 damage.
Is that drain 2?
No, but you take
No.
6 damage. As it starts
Yes.
to get very
Sad.
shiny as well.
And then the Sturges wiped that party.
they're doing really good. Sprenya, it is your turn.
Fucking acid splash, man.
All right.
Alright.
I would say, Morgan, a thing to keep in mind.
Splash
Acid
damage.
splash does 1 splash damage. Your bombs also do 1 splash damage, but take 1 less action.
Fine.
Depends on whether or not you want to blow yourself up too, and your friends.
And both me and Leandra.
I'll hit it with my crossbow. I won't hit it with my crossbow.
Your crossbow currently is unloaded, so you would need to load it.
yeah,
It
so
would take
we
2
reload
actions
Ugh.
to
fire.
load it and then shoot it.
Well, I'm going with acid splash then, damn it.
You can
Because,
attempt to
meh,
break free from the bug as well.
Meh. Not going with acid splash, damn it.
No.
I don't
Okay.
know what I'm doing now.
I would have attempted to hit it with a bomb. That's what I was saying.
What?
Well, either way, she rolled badly, so.
Yeah. The bomb does the same thing as Acid Splash, but with 1 fewer action.
Then I'm gonna roll to just try to get away from it.
Okay?
Ah, why? God damn. Alright, you know what? I'm getting another dice because this one's failing me.
No, what is the roll, Morgan?
No, it fell on the floor.
Oh, okay.
And I can't find it.
The dice just fled.
This is-
It fled the scene.
Yes. Yes.
It's just gone forever.
It wants no
That's
part
an-
of this.
Fucking 3 to escape, so no.
Yeah. Well, you have 2 more actions.
Hold on.
Does she? If she wants acid splash, not escape.
Are you fucking
did she
kidding
Acid
me?
Splash? Morgan, did you
I
Acid
thought you did.
Splash?
found the dice that landed on the floor, and it rolled as a 19.
Yeah, well, it was on the floor, though.
That's why I said, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
Nah. I have, what, one more?
Did you acid splash?
Did you use
Yes.
acid? You did use acid splash?
I don't
Then you're
know.
done.
I rolled terribly, remember?
Okay, so
Okay,
you did
then
use
you're
it.
done.
Yes.
Okay, then no, you don't have any more actions. Also, everyone takes 1 damage, including the bug.
That's
Cool.
it. Everyone dies.
So you all take 1 damage as acid misses the bug but splashes everywhere, including burning the bug pretty annoyingly too. It starts fluttering in distress. All right, it is now Leandra's turn.
All right. I am going to once again increase my bless range.
Okay, you're increasing your blast range as your first action.
Let me look something up real quick.
Everybody is super blessed.
I am gonna
Oh,
cast Daze at the bug that is currently latched onto Al.
Okay.
So the bug needs to make a will.
Make a will save. That's an 18. What's your DC?
17.
Yeah, it makes it.
But it gets 4 mental damage.
Is it mindless? Can it take mental damage?
Oh, you know what? It might not be able to. Damn it. Okay, I'm pretty stupid.
I don't think. Oh, I don't
do
think
I-
they're.
I take half damage, right? Because it made the will save.
No. The will save was just to see if it would be stunned.
Daze
The
is deals mental damage. Target must attempt a basic will save. If it
Yeah,
critically
basically
fails,
it's half.
yeah, so I take half damage.
Oh, gotcha. Sorry.
It is
So-
not mindless.
Okay.
It is not a mindless creature. It's just very, very stupid. It's a bug, in fact.
It is low on the chain.
Yes. So it takes 2 damage. Which one were you doing it on?
The one
Al.
attached
I want
to
it
Al.
now.
On Al? Okay. All right.
It's got to be close.
Yeah, I'm gonna burn the shit out of it.
It is now Al's turn.
I'm gonna burn the shit out of it now. Oh, here we go. Is that a natural 20? No, that was 23, I believe.
Okay. Yep. That burns the shit out of it.
It's +2 for you
Oh,
for
also,
being near target. Right?
Leandra.
No, it's only 1, but it's also 1 for
Leandra,
bless.
you take 1 damage as you are bleeding quite profusely from that bug that fell off you.
She gets to make a flat check to see if she stops bleeding.
Yes. So roll me a flat check.
17.
That's enough.
Yep.
I burn it for 6 points of fire damage.
All right. You conjure this flame and throw it directly at it and describe how it burns it away.
I'm not even like throwing it at it. I'm just gonna like literally grab hold of it and produce flame inside its body.
Okay.
And just like grab its thorax and produce flame.
It just sizzles as it starts to violently thrash about as it is burned alive inside, and just there's nothing left behind but a smoking carapace that falls, yanking the proboscis out of you and causing you to start bleeding as well.
Cool beans. Then I guess I'm going to cast Fairy Fire or Fairy Dust on the other one,
Okay.
so that I get mostly so that I get consumed with this round. in case it decides to switch people. But it does make a will save.
It is. What's the DC?
17.
Okay, it makes it.
Are you serious?
They're
Beating
indestructible!
me on will save? Okay.
These guys are rolling very well.
Either way, I get concealment, and that was the point. So,
Okay,
onward.
it is now Calric's turn.
Calric will move up diagonally from Brenya, above the Sturge, and attempt to shoot it in the face. Well, actually, first I'm going to give everybody their +1s, which I rolled a 14 on, so it's going to be very high, because it's against their will save, so very high. And then the knowledge recall check is a 15. Give everybody the bonuses,
Okay.
which I think is the DC. And then I will attempt to shoot it with an arrow.
Okay.
I miss horribly.
Okay.
And then for my last action, the first two count as the same action to give
Yeah.
everybody the bonuses. So for my last action, I will shoot again.
Okay.
At a -5 this time. No, also miss horribly.
When you shoot arrows, they whiz to either side. You just can't quite get a beat on it as it's, partially obscured by Sprenya's body.
It's a good thing I didn't try and heal
It is
because I would
now-
have dealt damage instead.
It is now the bug's turn
Oh no.
as it continues to drain you, Sprenya.
It slurp.
How much?
It drains the last 4 points of your health
No.
as you fall to the ground, devoid of blood.
We're gonna have to do a blood transfusion now.
It then goes and flies right over here, just straight down, and where it is currently staying. All right, it is now Leandra's turn. Sherry.
Sorry, I accidentally slipped my microphone off the table for a minute.
All right.
All right, I am going to. Which one?
There's only one.
Only
I'm
one
going
left.
to cast Daze.
Cast what?
Daze.
Days on it? Okay. I'll make a will save.
Daisy.
Hey, that's a will save. It actually failed.
Yeah.
It only took 6 saves for it to fail one.
Okay, so that means it gets all 4 hit
It
points
takes
of damage.
4 damage.
If it critically failed, it stunned 1, but otherwise it just gets
Yeah,
4
it
points of
didn't
damage.
critically fail, but it did fail. Okay. As it takes this bizarre kind of, you see some kind of weird dizziness come over it as it seems to be struggling in some kind of pain. It starts
Then
to
I'm
glow a
going
little
to
less.
Yep.
You have another action.
I'm going to cast Shield.
Okay. And Al's turn.
I'm gonna go flank with Leandra.
Okay.
Sorcerer flanking, motherfucker.
Yeah, buddy. Welcome to the party whose AC is on average 16.
And then I gotta produce flame.
Okay.
That'll probably be good enough. It's 18
That hits.
versus it's flat-footed.
Yeah.
18
Maybe
is
I
good
might
enough?
be 17, but either way.
17 is also good enough. So.
Are you counting the +2 from Bless and the other?
Yes.
Okay.
For 7 points of fire damage.
Nice.
All right. As you burn completely through its shiny carapace and start to actually see some sizzling bug flesh.
Mm-hmm.
Burn, motherfucker.
It is now Calric's turn.
Calric wants to perform a blood transfusion.
All right.
Oops. Well, I rolled a 1 and a 5 and then a 6, so I guess I just do 1d8 damage, which means she is an additional wounded.
You attempt to
my god.
You attempt to do a blood transfusion. Turns out, there's no real blood. So you think, she needs blood. So you get one of the other Sturges. It works so well for Al. You try to squeeze some of the blood in. It's the wrong type. It hurts.
It's okay. So, oh wait, actually, no. I should be doing a stabilize action because that's way easier to do. First off.
Well, you said you rolled a 1?
No, I did not roll a 1, but it was low. That one was a 6. It was underneath the check. But this next one's going to be much higher.
Okay.
This next one is 19.
That's enough to stabilize.
Cool.
So you
So she's no longer dying.
you rolled your battle medic and it didn't work so well, but the stabilize did. So how much
Okay.
was the battle medic that you rolled total?
She can't take damage when she's down. She only gets increased
Yes,
by
I know.
1
But how
on the
much?
wounded
How
chart.
much was the battle medic check that you rolled total? What was the
It
check?
wasn't a critical fail.
It-
It was would have been 13.
Okay. Well, in that case, she doesn't take any damage.
Oh, really?
No,
Yeah,
it
no,
only
it's only
did
on
damage.
critical
It just doesn't heal her.
Hmm.
You basically you go over to her and you start to try and battle medic, and then you realize that there is no blood to give her. She's out of blood. You can't bandage that.
So you will
Gotcha.
somehow stabilize her.
So instead, you're just trying to get her to not be actively dying from anemia, using
Gotcha.
whatever's in your medical kit, some stimulating herbs or something.
Adrenaline.
She is.
I have a third action.
now stabilized
She's immune to battle medicine for
for
a time?
a day.
yeah. Well,
for an hour.
An
for you.
hour for me.
Is that how that works?
Yeah, that's how the investigator healer works.
Oh, investigator gets that. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Without any other actions to do,
Maybe I'll roll well. No, we won't.
Yeah,
I guess I'll just try and shoot the bug for my last action.
slink it with a bow.
I did not use my identify check, so there is not an additional +1 this turn.
Okay.
It does take, that is a 15.
Ooh. That's with the bless.
Yep.
That's not quite enough.
Tragedy.
As it's zipping around, it's hard to hit, and Euro whizzes by. It is
No.
now the bug's turn. It sees a nice juicy human in front of it, and it
No.
tries to latch on to you, Sherry.
Please roll less than 20
that
for
is
once.
an 18.
Oh, it's less than 20.
Is that enough?
Yeah,
Okay.
Your AC is increased by 1 because of the shield.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure it still makes it though.
Yeah, probably. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure
it does.
her AC is 15. So.
Okay. It latches on and it starts to drain. As it drains, oh god, it drains 7 health from you.
No. My god, why?
All right.
Because Sturgis.
This is so much. Running Sturges was so much more satisfying when the GM doing it.
All right. It is now. You don't need to make any checks. You're stabilized, Sprenya, but you are still unconscious. So
I thought stabilize returns them to consciousness.
does it?
Nope.
No, it just
No,
it
it's-
just makes them not have to make checks to stop dying. She's
Oh,
no
okay.
longer dying, but she's still at 0 health and thus unconscious.
Gotcha.
So, So, which brings it back to Leandra.
Okay. Let me think. She is stable, so I don't have to cast Stabilize on her because that was what I was gonna do next if she wasn't stable. I will chill touch this bitch.
All right. You don't need to roll for the touch because it is latched onto you. So it does.
I don't think she does anyway. I'm pretty sure.
Is it an
just a
automatic?
save. Yeah.
All right. So roll the damage.
Well, it makes a fortitude save.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it does.
No, it doesn't.
I think
roll damage.
He's
It doesn't make
implying that.
anything. It fails miserably. Roll damage.
Good, it can roll.
That is 6.
What is the DC of it?
17.
Yeah, 17.
Okay, yeah, it actually critically fails it.
Oh, on a
So it
crit
is now
fail.
enfeebled 1.
Yeah.
Does it take double damage?
Why isn't the shit just dead?
Yes, it does take double damage. Because
Okay,
that's the nature of
so
it, basically.
roll your damage.
She said 6, so 12.
Yeah, 6.
12.
She freezes it solid, hopefully.
Yes, you touch it, and this icy chill of death emanates out of your hand, just sapping all of the warmth and all of the life from it as it just collapses, completely like frozen solid.
Oh, thank goodness.
I'm gonna produce flame it anyway.
It shatters.
It's the only
and
way
then
to be
melts.
sure.
All right. Seems that there was
Well,
a
those suck.
small hive. Anyone who wants to roll a nature check to identify the corpses may.
Sure. Me and my +3 to nature. That's a natural 20.
Yeah, these are blood seekers. They're
Really?
they will usually don't really stray very far from their nest, and it looks like they made a nest in this area. Tend to just like damp, abandoned places, things like swamps and bogs and things like that. They're
So they're
kind of
giant
a
mosquitoes.
big bane for farmland, and farmers hate them because they tend to just suck the livestock dry and kill them.
Sure. So,
They are
I'm gonna start setting
They are sometimes known by the regional name Sturge.
Sturge. Yes. I'm going to start kicking bushes to see if I can find this thing's nest to set it also on fire.
Roll a survival, a nature, or a perception.
We'll
Just going to
go.
make them angry.
We'll go nature.
I mean, they're already dead.
Like 12.
You don't really know so much where exactly this thing's nest would be.
Sure.
But it seems
Oh
like-
no, I'm just pissed.
Yeah.
Like,
It seems
I'm just kind of
like-
kicking bushes and throwing little bits of flame into them.
No more things come out. It's damp and boggy enough here that the flames don't catch.
Sure.
You don't find a nest, but nothing comes out and there's no more rustling, so seems that you've
Okay.
killed them all.
Eventually, I stop being pissed enough to burn random bushes.
In the meantime,
Go back to the group. Also, real quick, to answer your question, Final 9, the yellow box was the radius of Leandra's Bless.
yes. That is enough for now. We'll head back to the normal one. Alright. Sprenya is currently unconscious.
I am gonna treat her like a motherfucker. 'Cause that's
Alright.
a really good check.
Roll him.
That is real fucking good. As soon as I can find the medicine skill, 1 second. 23. 24 if I'm still being blessed.
Okay. Yeah, that heals her.
Ooh. Unfortunately, I rolled really bad on the actual numbers. So you get 4 hit points back.
You
Yeah.
managed to
But hey, that's 4 hit points.
you managed to find the surge that was draining her and get some of her blood back into her. She starts to come to.
So you're like wounded to
She's wounded one.
drained something.
She's only wounded one. And she's
Oh,
drained
yeah.
one.
I'm also drained one still.
Yes, we are drained 1 until we sleep it off.
Is anybody still bleeding?
Shouldn't be.
Am I still bleeding?
Yes, Dave, you end up taking a point of bleed damage, and you need to make a save. Sprenya, you are not bleeding. The thing just
Okay.
kind of let go and left after it drained you. It didn't get torn away by dying.
Flat check of 10, which is not enough.
Okay. So, yes, he is still bleeding.
I seem to remember the bleed effect is a real easy check to break.
Yeah,
looking
it
it up
shouldn't
right
be
now.
a difficult thing for you to use.
Yeah, I think
medicine.
first aid is like DC 10 or 12 or something.
Yeah.
Okay, so I like basically can't fail it.
But you could roll a natural 1.
I could roll a natural one. Don't say that.
Poke your fingers into my bleeding wounds.
13?
13 is not enough.
Really?
Wait, no, you weren't doing the heal. You were doing stem bleeding.
Yeah, stop
I'm
it.
doing
Yes,
first aid.
it is enough to stop bleeding, yes.
Yeah, I already used heal on him, so he's still.
You can still
Can't
use
be
treat
healed for
wounds on him. You just can't use
Yes,
battle
I'm not
medicine
immune to
again.
treat wounds yet.
But he hasn't taken much damage, right?
No, I'm
Not
fine.
really, no.
Yeah, I'm
You
at
treat-
like
you
13 out of 16.
Battle medicine
Yeah.
him. 14 out of 16, actually. Well, technically 14 out of 15.
No, I'm 13 out of 15.
Yes, you're right. I'm sorry.
because
I
just
that
took
was
one
my
bleed.
thing. My mistake. Yep.
Oh.
Yep. You are 13 out of 16. So yeah, the old man rolls back up to you and goes, "Damn fucking sturges. I'm sorry. I didn't realize they'd made a nest up here.
Oh,
Are there often things like this around here?
Not usually, but, you know, it's... Things happen. Sometimes something strays a bit too close. Like you said, no one goes up here anymore.
Oh, it's a critical failure that you hurt people. if
Yes.
you
Yes.
First aid. Okay.
Versus only a critical failure hurts them. A normal failure just doesn't cure them.
I'm
Gotcha.
gonna cast a 3-action heal, which means it is a 30-foot radius, and so everyone should get 9 hit points.
Alright. Everybody heals for 9.
I heal all those damages that I never took.
Am I no longer wounded?
No, you're still wounded
Okay.
until you sleep.
Wait, I thought that was drained. Is that the same thing?
It's also wounded.
Okay.
Alright, and... You all are looking much better as the wounds close up and mostly heal for you all. He's like, alright, I think that's about enough for today. Why don't you just take me back home? Right over the ridge here. And,
Okay.
actually, just take me back to the feed mill. Come on, we'll head this way, we'll go back into town.
To the town.
Sure.
It's getting late in the day. Looking for get a bit of a mid-afternoon snack. Haven't had any lunch yet. And as you roll him back, you end up passing by this large hill that has an old kind of ruined mansion sitting at the top.
What is that?
That? Well, that's Etrin's Hill. Etrin spent that was actually my family, you know? He was, my whole family's related to the guy who founded this place. Etrin's Hill right there is where he decided to build his house. It was the first house built in the town. And he spent his whole fortune founding this whole town, only to die in some damn fool fire. Burned the whole house down because it was too far away from the well and the river. No one could get enough water to it. But no, he had to have his big house on top of the big hill overlooking everything. That's why the place is called Etrin's Folly. That's where it gets its name.
That seems reasonable now.
It's interesting that you all seem to get named after happened to.
Well, in
That's
the
how it
end,
usually goes.
every place is defined by the events that it undertakes. Sometimes that's good, sometimes that's bad. All you can really do is remember the history of it.
Yes, well,
If you don't mind, though,
and
it's
how
late
long
for
ago
lunch.
did that happen?
That was years and years ago. Well, before my time, even.
Fair enough. Onward then.
That was back just after the founding. Anyway, it's getting late. I'm late for lunch. Come on, let's head back. You can probably get some ale, drink off some of those wounds. And
Yes,
you
that's how that works.
head your way back down towards the feed mill.
I can take a look at him again once we sit down some.
Can we please take a break?
And yeah, that's what I was gonna do.
Thank you.
Is now I think that is a very good time for us to take a break. So we will be taking a quick break here. We will be back in, let's say, 15 minutes.
Yeah,
And then, we'll continue after that. So we will see you all shortly, and we will be right back. So, thanks for sticking around, guys. All right, everyone, we are back, and we are just
Gay?
returned. What?
I thought Paul said we're gay.
I said, yeah.
It's like,
Look.
you're just like back and we're yeah.
Al is far too fabulous not to be gay, but that
Come
does
on.
not have any bearing on the party.
We can...
He's a flamboyant tiefling throwing fairy magic. Of course he's gay.
Dave, I love and hate you at the same time.
Anyway, we are now back at the tavern, having taken the mayor, the old Mayor Targan Fulst, on just kind of a tour around the town, taking him to various locations so we can get out a bit.
Almost killing him.
And getting him attacked by a pack of sturges, which did rather well against us before meeting their untimely demises.
To be fair, we almost got ourselves killed. We didn't really get him.
Their demises were super timely. One might say past timely.
Past time.
I wish they had
Their
been demised
overdue
15 minutes
demises.
before that.
Delivering justice upon random forest creatures of murder and death. And now you've gone back to the feed mill, and as you approach, Delma walks out and goes, like, "Thank you so much for taking him around. It really does mean the world to me." And then goes over and starts kind of doting on her father. "Come on, Dad, let's get you some food." About damn time. He's, I'm
Did we
starving
mention
here.
he almost died? Do we mention that?
We mentioned that I
You
almost
know,
died. and I
there
need
was
a
some
drink.
pack of fucking sturges up by the shrine there. These guys took care of him pretty well. It's impressive to watch. And she's like, I'm like, "Oh, really?" And looks back, "Thank you very much." Well,
He was watching instead of running.
I'll be sure.
Well, I mean, he's in a wheelchair.
I'll be sure to get your dinner on the house. Thanks for
Well,
clearing
thank
that
very
out.
nice.
And be really, really nice.
In the meantime, why don't you come in?
Listen,
I'll get
I'm
you
wounded and drained. I don't care.
Why don't you
Yeah,
come in? I'll
looks
get you
real
some
bad.
ale. And she rolls her father inside and heads back in.
Yes, wander inside with it.
Yep.
As inside, she pours you each a mug of the ale and hands you each one. And
I'm going
Thank
to
you.
inspect it for any flowery odors.
smells like turnip.
Oh God.
Read aura. just paranoid now.
It's turnip ale.
Its aura has the turnip school.
It has a Rudy aura.
The turnip school of root magic.
The root of all evil. Yes.
The
Yes, I
root-
said that.
The root cause of this drink is turnip.
The root of all ales. Root ale. Sorry, continue.
So, yeah, what do you do?
Okay, so we have. I would be interested in learning at least a little bit about Silwith and Bilry because they might have some motivations against the town. And if we're not looking, like, it might not be a personal motivation for trying to kill Bort. Maybe it's something else. Like, maybe the curse was supposed to end the town, but the town is still here. So maybe they're trying to hurt its.
Most beloved people.
Well, no, it's marketability.
Economy.
Oh. Oh, right.
I mean, if traders and merchants are winding up dead whenever they come here, that would make this a less appealing place and would, bury the town basically. So maybe if Vilry's still in the area, maybe she would have motivation.
Stands to reason. It's also interesting that this Etrin died in a spontaneous fire. It's possible we are looking at a longer standing curse,
Yes.
is commonly believed.
That could be. But curses don't usually involve poisoning. That's just a direct action.
Oh yes, I'm not saying that this curse thing
Maybe it got desperate.
I don't think curses have emotional motive.
It's possible that someone wanted to help the curse along. Just a thought.
I
Six
wonder if this was the first or only unusual death in recent time.
An excellent question.
Bringing back to the idea of trade caravans being targeted to weaken the economy, have other caravans, maybe not a death necessarily, but have other
Running.
caravans had accidents or damage or injuries?
Misfortune. We could ask the sheriff.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen him yet today, though.
That is true.
We could also ask him about his anything his questioning might have yielded the other day.
I think it's better than anything else we have to go on, given that we don't know where this witch lived other than north.
Well, maybe he'll know something about that too.
Yeah.
So cool. After dinner, we talk to the sheriff. Seems pretty straightforward.
You still have a couple hours till dinner.
Or after lunch, I guess.
So
Sort of.
Leonard?
After drinking heavily.
yeah, It's
Yes.
probably about
Afternoon
Um,
ale.
yeah. It's probably about maybe 3:30, 4 o'clock now.
Mm-hmm.
After all the wandering around and everything. So
I'm gonna take a nap.
Brenya, I have a quick. Oh, okay, never mind. We'll
No,
worry about it later.
no. Ask me. What is it? What is it?
Well, I was gonna ask. Do you think there's a way to develop a chemical, like a color chemical, that would change colors underneath the presence of certain
chemicals?
external chemicals? Yeah.
It's possible. It's possible.
Because if we could make like a batch of that, we would have to stress a lot less about poisoning.
I'll tell you
No.
what. If you buy me another drink, I'll help you out with this. Deal?
Sure.
Thank you.
But maybe you should rest first. Maybe you're correct about that. Because it still requires an hour before I can use my medicine check again.
Then an hour is what I will take.
all right. So you all rest up there for about an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Do you do anything else before dinner?
I did not prepare bombs from the last time I'd used them, and I want to make sure I do that so I actually, have enough just in case something happens.
Well, you prepare bombs every morning.
Okay.
You can prepare.
I just remember that I didn't do it this morning.
Okay, so yeah, you can
Yeah.
say that you didn't prepare any bombs yet, but you using some of your infused reagents to prepare bombs.
Yes.
Okay.
I prepared explosive
many do you
booze
use?
today.
I used what, like 3 or
You
4
have your
the
level
last.
plus your intelligence modifier, infused reagents, which you can use to create bombs.
Okay.
The bombs last for a day, and then they become inert.
You said my knowledge plus my what modifier?
Your intelligence plus your level.
Okay.
So 5.
So 5. Yeah, 5.
So how many do you use to make bombs? You can make 2 per reagent.
Then I'll use 3 of them, so I can make 6
Okay,
bombs.
so you have 6 bombs at your disposal, and 2 infused reagents left over that you can use to make whatever you need on the fly.
Yes.
Poisons and
Poisons
potions.
and antidotes, antivenoms.
Oh my.
Yeah, anti-venom be pretty good about now.
Yeah.
Anything you make using that quick alchemy only lasts for a round.
Yeah.
But anything you make in the morning with your infused reagents is good for 24 hours.
Okay.
Nice.
Well, while they are sleeping, then I'm going to go find our sheriff friend, whose name escapes me right now.
Okay.
I guess I'll tend to Sprenial.
So
that's
before
going
dinner,
on.
you all head out
You get another 5 hit
and
points.
go
Morgan.
search for the
Yeah.
sheriff.
I have hit.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with him to search for the sheriff as well.
And what did you heal?
5 hit points, so that gets me full
Yeah.
full hit points.
Um,
Am I still wounded and drained until I just sleep
yes.
overnight?
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's until you sleep.
Okay.
And you do that on Leandra as well, I assume?
I was only I guess I can do that too because I can do that. I don't have to wait for her.
Yeah.
I can just do that whenever. That's an 18. 6 hit points.
Cool. Yep, you are all at your maximum health -1 because of drain, except for
Drain.
Calric, who didn't get drained.
Who spent the second encounter not getting damaged.
And so you all head out to go find the sheriff, correct?
Mm-hmm. Oh wait, well, I'm sleeping.
Yes.
Yeah, those two did.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
you can
the other two are busy sleeping and or healing.
Yeah.
you can find him without too much difficulty. So yeah, he's wandering around town.
Okay.
And he just kind of. Well, howdy.
Hello. We had a couple of quick questions for you, if you have a few moments.
What do you need?
Well, first, we were wondering if you had any luck with questioning individuals last night, if that had yielded anything that might help with our investigation.
Nah, I didn't find nothing. Everyone
Huh.
had everyone in the caravan had an alibi.
Well, yes, the alibi was we were all sitting at
Yes.
a table.
Everyone, their stories all made sense. None of them seemed to say anything. I'm at a bit of a loss. Why I'm waiting for the judge to come out. He knows more about this than I do.
I see. Out of curiosity, are you familiar with a former resident of the area named Silwith?
Silwith. Yeah, I remember hearing the stories.
Of how she cursed the town and so on?
Yeah, supposed to be some kind of witch.
Uh-huh.
Supposedly she was a reason why we had all the plague problems.
And, do you happen to recall where she was supposed to have lived?
Nah, just somewhere up in one of them north houses. One of them that they's all abandoned now.
Very
north,
good.
North side of town, one of them houses.
What's that?
Do you know, have there been any other unfortunate incidents with travelers or caravans recently?
Travelers and no, just pass through like normal.
And no unexplained disappearances from the town, anything along those lines?
No, not that. Ain't nothing that I seen that'd be unusual.
Okay. I'm going to check him with lie to me on that. I'm 98% sure he's telling the truth.
Yeah.
But I'm trying it anyway. And that is a 24 versus his deception. Let's see.
Yeah, as far as he was aware, it's been normal stuff.
Okay.
Bar fights, that bully
He
guy
got
being a
26
dickhead,
on his deception.
turnips.
I mean, if he's got a deception check of plus 16 at this
Right.
level, then that's fine. then we deserve to get lied to.
All fucked.
He knows.
Well, very well. Thank you very much for your help then.
Yeah, if you need anything, come see me. I'll do what I can.
And I guess we wander back.
All right. Anyone else you want to question? Any, things of ports you want to look in? Any places you want to explore?
The north area?
I mean, yeah, we're gonna have to check that, but I don't think we check that on a night when we have already been fucked up by bugs.
Fair enough.
Because, that shit's got I am full of ghosts written all over it.
But bomb.
So, yeah, what do you want to do in the last, hour or so before it's probably about time to head for dinner?
I mean, God. We're pretty short on leads right now.
I mean, there's a whole town of people, a whole caravan, and
I mean, yes.
all the stuff.
It's just literally everyone we've talked to has been useless. Well, I mean, with the exception of all of the information we got out of the mayor. But most of that. What do we know?
Well, you haven't really questioned many people so far.
Hmm?
You haven't really questioned many people so far.
I mean, yes, we can start picking people at no direction.
But I think what he's getting at is that there are more people in the town that know.
Yes.
Like if we go, like maybe tomorrow we can go to like do different chores around the town.
You know who I do want to find?
Who?
What was his name? The guy who bumped into the farmer that started the fight.
Mm.
The
Was it Cornwall? Something like that?
Yeah, Colnral.
How's that spelled, real quick?
Kolnral.
Okay. Okay. I do want to find him before, eating and passing out and such.
Okay. You also can do stuff after dinner as well. It will be getting dark then, so it might be harder to see things.
Sure.
But, if you have, a candle with you and you're looking through stuff, that's fine. And, you're questioning people, obviously you don't need to see things for that, so.
Uh-huh.
Alright, so you can... So what do you do?
I go find him.
I will accompany.
Alright, do you ask about him, or...?
I mean, yeah, I'll start with Delma.
Okay. She'll be like...
See, where he is. Stuff like that.
Yeah, she will be like, oh, yes, absolutely, if you want to talk to him, you don't suspect him, do you?
I am simply wandering in the darkness of possibility.
Alright, well, yeah, he lives in a house, right over here, just, not far from here, actually, right by the feed mill. It's got his wife and his newborn daughter. They live right over here. It's, just so you know, I am thoroughly convinced that no one in my employ had any ill will towards Bort. We all loved the man.
We just know he was involved in the bar fight, so he might have seen things from a different perspective than we did.
Yes, well, like I said, he lives right around the corner here, very close by. He should be coming in this evening to help out a bit, but by and large, we're not going to be having much of the staff here today.
I see. Fuck, no, I'm suspicious of her too. Okay, but no, one thing
I've
at a
been
time.
suspicious of her since she kept us from seeing the soup.
I know.
Question her.
We don't have questions for her, though.
Yes, I have nothing to ask her other than the things she has already said.
If you need to find anyone, though, let me know. I know where they all are. Except Finnick,
that's
he lives
very
on his own place.
She knows where they all are.
At all times.
Sure.
I have
Okay,
cameras set up on all their computers. I mean, what? That's...
There's
go find
computers in this
Cold
world.
Turns out she's part of the Technic Legion. He's got the space age tech. But yes, if I know where you are likely to find any of the ones you need, except for Finnick. I haven't seen him all day. It's a little odd.
Who's Finnick?
The goblin.
Oh, Yes.
He hasn't shown up today. It's unusual. He's usually pretty good about showing up.
Interesting. Well, we will certainly keep that in mind. Out of curiosity, you don't happen to know where a old witch named Silhouette used to live, do you?
Oh, yeah, I've heard Dad's stories. He was, she lived in the northern part of town, in one of the wrecked, collapsed houses.
Excellent. Well, thank you. And now I'm gonna go find Colton Roll,
Okay.
which I imagine looks an awful lot like walking up to his house and banging on his door. But first, I'm gonna stare in the windows,
Yeah,
like a
buddy.
creeper.
like a person who doesn't want to get
Roll
shot with a magic wand through a door.
Roll a stealth check.
Well, I mean, I feel like that's a good way to get shot with a magic wand doors by creeping in.
Roll a stealth check and a perception check.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I mean, like, are there lights on inside, things like that?
It looks like they have a candle lit. It's not a lot of light on inside because it's still light out, but
Sure.
you definitely can see some candlelight flickering inside.
Stealth is going to be, I want to say 20. Double check my number.
I need to double check, but you might
Yes,
count as
Julian.
clued in for the purposes of investigating this case. Let me see. I can
I think
share
that's for a specific
to check.
recall
To
knowledge.
Another creature attempts to check to investigate the subject of your open case. You share a bit of information, which I did because I was like, "Hey, we might want to look
Yes.
into Sylvan."
But it's a reaction to the effort. You have to be there with me to react to my.
Okay, gotcha.
And for perception is 15. Sorry, 14.
Okay, you look in and you do indeed see him sitting there, just seems to be holding his daughter and talking with his wife about something.
I see. And they don't seem to see, weird tieflings looking in the windows.
No, it looks
mean,
like
you rolled a
he actually has his
20,
back to
right?
you.
Okay.
So,
Then I will go knock on the door.
all right. You hear some footsteps and the door opens and he's like, "Yes,
Hello again, Mr. Colnroll.
yes, hello. Can I help you with anything?"
Yes. We are, our little group is looking into the incident from last night. And we were wondering if we could ask you a couple of quick questions.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Certainly. Come on in. Can I get you anything? Some water?
Oh no, thank you.
thank
We were
you.
just over at the what's it called? Feed mill?
Feed mill.
The feed mill.
Yeah. Well,
but-
what do you want to know?
Well, since you were in a different position than the rest of us,
Mhm.
we're just trying to get a good sense of the timeline. The incident began, well, rather the fight began when you bumped into a farmer. I think it was, wasn't
Yep.
it?
Farmer, Elam. Just a
And-
ornery sort, isn't he, dear? And she goes, "Yeah, he can be temperamental." This is my wife, Mary.
Oh, very nice to
Nice
meet
to
you.
meet you.
I will try to look as, not devilish as possible, and will fail again.
She's
Start
definitely-
nibbling on the curtains. She'll believe you're a goatkin.
She's kind of watching you, but doesn't seem to have malice or anything, just kind of watching you as she
Sure.
would watch anyone who is a strange person who wandered into their house asking about a murder.
Yes.
The baby seems largely unconcerned. It looks asleep.
Yes. And have you had problems with this farmer in the past?
Oh, nothing so specific to, well, he's an ornery sort. No undue problems. He's just a bit of a jerk.
I see.
I mean, he was
And,
drinking, he was gambling, he was bound to be in a foul mood. He was just looking for an excuse. Guy's an asshole. Not much more to say, really.
Does he often react that violently to minor slights?
Well, if he's in a bad enough mood or drunk enough, which he definitely seemed to be.
And you didn't have any particular motivation to draw his attention that night. You weren't looking to start a fight. I'm not judging in this case. I completely understand. I've had many people that I was interested in starting things with.
No, I mean, it was a complete accident. To be perfectly honest, I don't remember a whole lot about the fight itself. I took a rather nasty blow to the head during the middle of it, but,
And I am checking. That is a 23.
Yeah, he seems to be perfectly honest.
Okay.
But, I do remember that I was just accidentally bumped into him. Most of the night I spent with Delma. I served the drinks the whole time, so...
Very well. And you didn't see anyone strange lurking about the kitchens during your evening, did you?
No, I didn't see anything. It was business as normal. Amora cooking, Finnick doing the plating and assisting with things.
Yeah.
And
You don't happen to know where Finnick is, now that you mention it.
you know,
Delma mentioned he hadn't appeared today.
Really? Oh, no. No one really knows quite where he is, I don't think. He sleeps in a number of places. We usually just check to see the old barn out back of the feed mill. Sometimes he sleeps there. If he's not there, though, I'm not sure.
No, we will have to check into that.
And that's not unusual, by the way. Usually outside of him working there, he works there most of the time. But outside of that, no one's really sure where he goes. We don't tend to... It's not like he invites us over, so we never really bother.
Like a cat who serves drinks.
I suppose, a particularly toothy one.
So, when the porridge was being served, was there any distinction made in the bowls, or were they all just mixed together?
I couldn't really tell you. As far as I'm aware, they simply make it all in the pot, and then they just put it into the bowls. Like I said, I was serving drinks all night. It's Finnick usually handles the plating. Finnick and Amora in the kitchens.
I see. I just didn't know if you had seen...
What was the other name you just said?
how it was-
Amora. She's
Amora.
our chef. Good cook, too. Well, a good enough cook, but don't let her hear me say that.
And where might we come across her? She apparently also was not there this morning, at least.
I'm not
sure.
sure exactly where she lives, but Delma would probably know.
Very well.
She usually keeps track of all of us.
Well, thank you very much for your time. I hope we haven't bothered your lovely family.
No,
too
not at
much
all,
this
not at
evening.
all. Definitely want to get to the bottom of this. Let us know if I can help you anymore.
We will be in touch if we need you.
Excellent. Well, good
Okay,
good luck then.
That's one theory crossed off the list. But no leads. Okay. I guess go back and rejoin the group.
Yeah.
That's an hour-ish worth of talking to people.
Yeah, at this point,
And, finding people.
it is definitely getting to be about a good time for dinner. As you
Yes.
walk back into the feed mill, you see Mayor Targan sitting and eating whatever was prepared for him. And seeing you walk in, he motions over to you to come sit by him.
Mm-hmm.
As you wander over, he'll call out, "Delma, they're here. Why don't we get them their dinner?" Come now. You, the tiefling. What did you say your name was?
Most people call me Al.
What's your family name?
Van Zerix.
Oh, Isn't that peculiar?
Is
Just
it?
kind of, and he just starts staring at you, kind of studying your features. You know, I thought you looked a little bit familiar. I think we might actually be kin.
Are we? Interesting.
Distantly, I remember my father had telling tales of family history, and I know that family name was mentioned at least once.
Huh.
It's a shame the family history went up in flames with the rest of the estate.
Of course it did.
Yeah.
Well,
The Bolmares, that was Etrin's family name. They were linked to yours. I remember that. There's definitely something there. That name's familiar.
well, I will have to get in touch with our family history
Mm.
and see what I can turn up.
Well-
I will get back to you.
I probably don't really need it, but he reaches into his pocket and pulls out a small key, hands it over. It's like, if you want to search the rest of the estate, it's kind of pretty much a ruin now, but if there's any interesting evidence in there, it's yours to have.
Certainly.
This key opens the front door. Not that you need it. There's a hole in the wall now, but you
Yes,
know.
well. But why climb through a hole when you have it?
Exactly. If at any point you want to look through it, feel free to. Anyway, let's get that dinner. Delma? And then she's kind of like, coming, and she comes out holding a few plates of, it looks like similar food to what was served last night, but it looks just in general to have a bit more kind of care put into it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, now Delma's not a bad cook herself. She's, not as good as Amira is, obviously, but, Amora is, that cook for a reason, but she's got a couple of things that can kind of spice up some of the stuff. Don't want to try it out.
Where is Amora tonight?
Delma looks and goes, "Oh, she's at home. She insisted that we close the kitchen entirely. She's very distraught about this whole thing. The idea of her food being used to kill someone is something that does not sit well with her. And until she could be absolutely sure that it was nothing in the food that reacted poorly with him, she closed the whole kitchen down."
Well, I cannot say that I blame her for that.
She takes her cooking very seriously. She's very prideful about it.
Cast detect poison on my food.
It does not have any poison in it. The ale pings slightly because, it's booze.
It's-
Alcohol.
Technically a toxin.
That's what it is.
If you would like, we do have some old bottles of wine in the cellar. I don't
No,
know.
thank you.
All right. And let me know if you need anything else.
Actually, I would not mind a bit of wine.
Oh, very well. I'll go get one for you. And she goes
Thank you
into
very
the
much.
cellar and comes back out, dusting off some old bottle. Uncorks it and pours you a glass.
I'm sure Calric and, well, maybe not Sprenya, but Calric's come down about now.
Yeah.
Oh, hey guys, did you guys find anything over with the sheriff?
A few possible avenues. Apparently, the local goblin is turned up missing today.
He was the one who was serving delivering the dishes yesterday.
Yes. That is a possible avenue.
He apparently has the habits and lifestyle of a barn cat and a waiter mixed, but still it was said that him being absent from the tavern this long is unusual.
Speaking with Amora has potential to lead interesting places. There is the old burned out manor house, Etrin's titular folly. and possibly speaking to that farmer who was fighting. I talked to Conral under the possible to explore the possibility that he had intentionally created a diversion for the incident, but the farmer would be just as capable of doing that. So
That's true, especially if somebody had been feeding his drinking habits.
yes,
It's an interesting line of thought.
it is possible that might turn up something. I think in order of likelihood, we should investigate where Finnick is, and then Amora, and then probably the mansion, which apparently may or may not be owned by relatives of mine.
Oh,
And then the farmer.
that seems good. Good line of thought.
And literally no one appears to have any idea.
Any
Alright.
idea?
Get up. Shamble my way downstairs.
Literally nobody has any idea what?
Where this witch Silwith lived,
Hmm.
other
As
than
almost-
north.
Yes, they've all heard the story and know that she lived in one of the north houses, which are now abandoned.
Pretty vague.
Well,
Do you
we
think-
can sift our way through those if it comes to.
Do you think Father Bulgreth had any contacts or something that living relatives that might have known if he had gone to visit them or something?
That's an interesting question. I had not thought of that. I suspect that by this time it's unlikely, but we can explore that as well. I think the most immediate concern is this goblin, though.
I agree.
Hello?
Okay,
Did I hear something about a goblin?
Brenya, you're alive! Oh wait, I healed you. Right.
she,
Why are you so surprised?
the
Now I'm concerned.
the Delmo comes back out with a glass of wine and some food for you as well.
Well, excellent. Looks like we got at least some paths of investigation, which is good.
So tonight the bar looks a lot less busy than average, but it still has a little bit of bustle, people coming in and out. Some of the same people that you saw last night are, here again drinking. But overall just tends to be a lot less busy. Seemed like last night was just a particularly busy night. There is, however, most of the caravan is down there eating as well.
Sure, they don't really have anywhere else to go.
Mm-hmm.
They stuck too.
Yay.
Some of them, doing various things. You see, Ulf and Ulf are, joking around. Tamley seems to be kind of looking through some of the books of the caravan, doing a bit of bookkeeping. Glunda isn't there, presumably because she's outside somewhere with nature.
Yes.
Druids.
Silly druids.
Druids doing druidy things.
So, yeah, that's, if there's anything else you want to do, let me know. Otherwise, the, rest of the night passes fairly uneventfully. You all...
I guess let's check the barn real quick, just in case Finnick is laying there as a pile of broken goblin parts or something.
Okay. You can go out without much difficulty. Roll me a perception check.
Sure.
That's super good. 28.
Okay.
14.
This is also where we found that other vial.
It's
That's true.
fairly close. You found those at the stables, which are more towards the front.
Oh, okay.
The stables are a little bit off to the side, like around back, and this is like behind. This is where they would keep all the hay for the horses and things like that, and different, tools and whatnot that they need. But yeah, you look around and you definitely see that like some of the hay seems to have like what looks like something had kind of maybe made it into like some kind of small comfy nest that they'd been sleeping in. But other than that, there's not really much around, and there's no real signs of anything that would seem particularly out of place other than it looks like someone's been sleeping in a corner on a pile of hay periodically.
Sure.
It doesn't look
Cast
particularly...
Detect Magic for funsies?
Nothing pings.
Okay. Other than the literal magical flame I'm holding it.
Yes, you ping.
But that's
You
not
are magic.
yourself.
Yes.
Nice.
Okay, well then, I guess let's just go back to, what else? Like,
All right. You head up to bed and go to sleep for the night, sleep off your wounds and recover a bit and make it to tomorrow. I think that is a good spot for us to end for tonight. That is a good day of investigating.
Amazing.
So, all right. Well, thank you everybody for joining us for the next chapter of the Fall of Plaguestone. We are very happy that you chose to come and sit and watch us do our thing, despite the fact that we don't have our cameras or our props or anything anymore.
yes.
We've been demoted.
Yes. But
It
we
is a
are
difficult time.
currently going to be exploring different ways to make this a bit more dynamic, a bit more interesting. This is all kind of, being figured out as we go along, kind of like everything is right now. So, stay around and tune in next time. We'll probably have a couple of, extra little bits and pieces that hopefully will make this a little more interesting and a little more engaging. If nothing else, I'm going to try and find a couple of just, pictures of NPCs and stuff I can put up when we're talking to them, so you're not just looking at nothing. But yeah, in the meantime, and if you have any suggestions especially, feel free to join us on social media. We have our, a very active Twitter, very active on Discord all the time. We have a Facebook page, which we will get notifications if you message us on there. And of course, all of our episodes are uploaded to YouTube. So feel free to, if you didn't catch the whole show, feel free to watch us on YouTube and catch up. Finally, we do have a Patreon page. And our Patreon is a great way for you to support this stream and help us be able to continuously upgrade the quality of this stream. Provide it with the quality you guys deserve. So, feel free to donate there. We'd love to see you. We even have an Instagram, which we occasionally post on, though unfortunately we don't have a whole lot to put up at the moment since we don't have physical things to take pictures of anymore. Yes.
I saw a bird. It was pretty.
We do have our Discord server.
Yes.
Which our friend Joe, who is Funnelland in the chat here, is currently running weekly community games on. So if you want to take a shot at playing some tabletop games with us, over virtual tabletops, jump in our Discord and join in on those. I played in the first one last Tuesday, and it was
super fun.
unreasonably fun.
Monster of the Week is a really cool game system.
Monster
I
of the Week is a really
really
cool game
regret
system.
having missed the first one.
You
'Cause
should
it
regret
sounds
it.
like it was lots of fun.
It is regrettable.
Regrets were had.
No regrets.
So, I think
Damn it, Paul.
that's everything other than to say, if you have Twitch Prime, you get a free, or if you have Amazon Prime, you get a free Twitch Prime subscription. So give it to us. If you have YouTube in any way, subscribing to our YouTube channel would be super cool.
Yeah.
Follow, subscribe, all that good,
All that jazz.
viral internet video marketing stuff.
Yes. Like, comment,
Yeah.
subscribe. It all helps us tremendously. Twitch Prime sub and join us on our Discord. It's probably what we're most active on, except for maybe Twitter. We're very active on Twitter as well. And anything else you join us on, we are there. Message us, join us, and come hang out. We love seeing all you people. But until then, I thank you all for joining us, and that's going to be it for us for today. So
We will be live again next Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern.
yep, we'll be live next Sunday, and I am going to possibly be trying to watch or stream the new Mount and Blade Bannerlord game tomorrow. So if any of you are interested in that, feel free to come check it out, and yeah, I'll be just poking at that and having fun. I bought it, and I want to, try it out, and might as well share it with you guys. I think
Cool.
it looks like Roll the Roll just came on, I think. How do we raid them?
Yeah, this is their scheduled time for it.
Yeah, so
Great.
yeah, so we're gonna raid Roll the Roll, but until next time, keep your friends close and your dice closer. Thank you very much, guys. Have a good day.
Bye.
Bye.